was muted. I already know y'all thought I was muted. I already know y'all. I already know y'all thought I was muted. Hey, Chad, I'm finna take crack on stream, man. I haven't done it in a minute, but like, I feel like now is the time. I'm at a point in my life where it's just kind of like, okay, you either do drugs or you kind of just you do nothing. I'm gonna be honest. It's like I'd rather do drugs because here in Twitch, please don't ban me for saying this. There is nothing wrong with taking drugs like occasionally, dog. Like if you want to take some Adderall or like some promethazine, like take that promethazine, bro. It will teach you why you shouldn't be taking that shit. Now, crack, I don't advise crack for most like regular for most first timers because crack is more of like a it's the type of drug that like you will get hooked if you don't know how to do it properly. Why are y'all telling me happy Pride Month? Oh shit. Wait. I forgot it's June. Oh my god, yo, happy Pride Month, chat. To any LBG LG LGBTQ. Is that how I expect? LGBTQ members in chat. Happy Pride Month, man. I always talk about how like I love the gay community. And the reason why is because I love anybody who is willing to be themselves no matter what. I fuck with that. I don't care. Like, now, does seeing dick and balls make me uncomfortable? And is seeing, do male BBLs make me feel a little bit weird? Yes, for sure. But if you got a fat ass as a man and you want to pop that shit, go do that shit, bro. I support you, dog. Like, you feel me? I like me personally, I'm straight for Sherskis, but like I support anybody who's willing to who's willing to be them, no matter what criticism they get. I'm gonna be honest. Shouts out to the LGBTQ. Cloud Lock-In don't do drugs. I mean, I feel like drugs get a bad rep though. Like actually, they get a bad rep because it's not like certain drugs are very good for you if used in the right context, right? Because like painkillers, if you just broke your foot, you need to take painkillers or else you're going to be hurting. And the more stress you put on your body, the harder it's going to take for you to heal. That's why it's good to have some shit that numbs you. Also, weed isn't as bad as people make it. You shouldn't be doing it like all the time, but it's not the worst. It's better for your body than drinking. I'll say that. Anyways, the reason why I'm talking about drugs is because Myles Garrett just got traded to the fucking Rams. I really want to do some drugs right now because why the fuck? Why the fuck? And it really does piss me off. Why the fuck, right? Is the NFC West, which is the most, it's the best division in the whole NFL by far. Why is it getting harder? Why is it getting stronger? Why are teams getting better? Like, I thought the Niners had a good offseason, but now we're just an average team again. I'll be surprised if we get to second seed in the NFC this year. Because the Rams just got Trent McDuffie. They got Myles Garrett. They got Ty Simpson is... All right, let me chill. Bro, we look like the third best team in our own division. And I think we're a top 10, top 5 team in the whole NFL. How the fuck is that possible? So, yeah. Bombs away. God damn. I should have read this before I took it. Oh, my God. Why does this shit always happen to me, bro? Like, fuck. Why can't we just be good? I just want to see one Super Bowl win. I just want to see one Lombardi before I die. I thought this year was our year. It's our last year, nigga. It's our last year we could contend. And Aaron Donald might come back? Why, man? And then the Titans are butt cheeks too. I can't root for nobody. Also, this is a ginger shot. It's not actually drugs. All right. I ain't take an actual shot, Chad. I'm just trolling. I thought that was finna break. All right. But yo, how are you doing today, Chad? My day has been up and down. It's gonna be good though, because we're gonna have a good stream. It's gonna be good from now on. Cloud, you seen Game 7? Unfortunately, I did not. Because I was yapping with the boys. But I did see the highlights. And I did go back after and rewatch this shit. Victor Wembanyama is the truth. And honestly, if he wanted to impregnate my wife, he could do it. Matter of fact, I want you to, man. I'm going to be honest. I need your genes in my storyline, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. Y'all saying what, but that's not a crazy thing. He's 7'5". That's an automatic NBA baby. And I could be the stepfather. I'm good with that, dog. I'm good with that. He can impregnate my wife. I'm cool with that, gang. Chet some booty. Chet, here's the thing with Chet. Chet is a good player. He just don't got that dog in him, man. And I hope this series, after this series, he will have that dog in him. Because he just got bitched. He got bitched in front of live television, man. That is not a crazy thing to say in this economy. 1 cuck 9, I'm a cuck for Victor Wembanyama, gang. I'm sorry. I don't care. Did y'all see what he just did to the OKC? Yo, did y'all see what he just did to the Thunder? Chat, yo, I'll be a cuck, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'll be a cuck to him. Who y'all got in the finals though? Knicks or Spurs? I want to fly to New York and go see Game 6 if they have one. The tickets just got cheaper. I think they're $900 now. I might make that trip. Is that crazy? I low-key want to see this shit. I want to see Wemby in person in his glory. I'm going to be honest. Yahoo Def threw a fit when OKC lost. On me. Do an IRL stream? I would do a vlog. Because IRL stream would be too hectic. I'll do a vlog though. I think that's a good play. I think that's a good video, man. I feel like OKC has more good players than Spurs. I'm gonna be honest, and people have been saying this. If Jay Will wasn't injured, OKC would have won that, and I don't think I think they would have won that for sure. If Jay Will wasn't injured, I think OKC would have got that. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest. I'm spazzing 900 too much. I know it's crazy, but like you got to think about it, chat. How often do I do crazy things? I don't do crazy things enough. I feel like that's an experience I'll like remember forever though. Like for sure skis. Wemby's first final appearance. I'm telling you right now, if it goes to Game 6, I'm going to New York. I might as well. I might even go ahead and book the tickets. I'm going to New York. I'm letting y'all know that right now. Sky Crew New York meetup, is that the play? Sky Crew meetup in New York, is that the play? Because I will be going to New York. Also, okay, let's go ahead and get into what we finna do for this stream. I got 3 good reacts. Then we're gonna play a little game. I don't know if y'all seen this pick a door shit. I'm gonna do a couple rounds to this. I'm for sure. That just caught my lock in. After that, we are doing our annual Ask Cloud segment in Discord. All right, we got some short reacts, we got a game, and then Ask Cloud. That's why I'm streaming early today. That if you have something to do, I think that we will be doing that around 6 p.m. Central Time. So make sure you're here for that. But yeah, I'm gonna be honest. We have a cool stream today, man. Your videos are peaking. They remind me of Joe Bart. Thank you, man. You know, thank you. I feel like the greatest compliment you can get on YouTube now, or like as a streamer / YouTuber now, is you remind me of Joe Bart, or like you're just like Joe Bart, or like I only watch you and Joe Bart. Cause like Joe Bart is like the go to YouTube right now. He's like Charlie. So glaze, I don't give a fuck. Y'all know me. I don't care about glazing. I think glazing is overrated, bro. Like, why not? But yeah, I'm letting y'all know I will be going to New York if that's the case. Okay, let's go ahead and start the video off. I'm set up a poll. I'm gonna yap a little bit, but I want y'all to let me know which video we want to start off with. We can either start off with fast food customers piss me off, or loyalty tests have one major flaw and it's not cheating. All right, I've seen this video on my FYP, and I want to tap in to see what she's talking about because I feel like loyalty tests do have a flaw, but I like most. I'll wait. I'll wait to yap before But I think the biggest flaw in a lot of loyalty tests, I think a lot of loyalty tests are fake. I don't think UDs are fake. That's why I watch them. And I'll talk about it more if that's the first video we're watching. Some of the others be fake, Fugazi. Also, YouTube, if you're watching and you want to chat and talk to me, you got to join Twitch. I can't display YouTube and Twitch chat at the same time. I had to pick or choose. I usually just pick Twitch. Twitch chat is more moderated. So if you want to be a part of Twitch chat and you want to vote for the post and polls we have, right? Click the link up above. It's the pin comment on YouTube and come join the Twitch live stream, man. If you got to make a Twitch account, I promise you it only takes like 3 minutes and you'll be able to chat with me. I actually interact with my chat. Ain't that right, chat? Don't I interact with you, my nigga? Loyalty test blew them out, by the way. So we're going to do loyalty test first. But UDY tests are definitely fake. Nah. I will say this. I think whenever UDY is in a drought and they haven't had a real test in a while, they do fake occasionally. Because I feel like I've watched 3 loyalty tests from UDY where I was like, this could be fake. However, most of them are real. It's very obvious they're real because shit be going wrong. The reactions from the people are usually more realistic. You could tell the ones that are real. Like most of the ones recently, for sure, have all been real. There's only one where I was like, kind of fugazi. The other ones, Jack TV, whatever, they be fake. And I don't know why I'm saying this right now because I got to re-say this as soon as I hit record for the YouTube shit, but I don't know. But okay. Anyways, let's get to it. UDY is too big. But okay, and the reason UDY is too big for it to be fake, that's what I'm saying. You got to think about it. If UDY was fake, it would have been so many expose videos about this shit right now. I know they make their actors sign NDAs, but still, somebody's going to break the NDA, dog. I'm going to be honest. So, it would have been exposed if they were fake, bro. I'm going to keep it a beam. Let's go and get to this video. Love from Kenya. Love from America. Nashville, Tennessee to be exact. Shouts out to you, makes. Anyways, loyalty tests have one major flaw and it's not cheating. Okay. I am an avid loyalty test watcher. I love loyalty tests. But if you haven't peeped or if you've peeped, I mainly only stick to UDY because those are the only ones that actually feel real to me. Most of these loyalty tests from other like people, from what I've seen, have been fake. Like the Jack TVs, the Soulless J. I personally feel like those are fake. Now they could be real. I'm not gonna make no. I'm gonna keep it a beam. I just feel like they're fake. And if they're not all fake, they've had a good amount of fake ones, and it kind of turned me off. Now here's my unpopular opinion. I don't mind if a test is fake as long as it's entertaining. But if it's so like fake that it's to the point where you can't even like, if it's so fake to the point where it's just absurd, that's when it kind of turns me off. I'm gonna be honest. But UDYs are usually real, so I like watching them. But I don't know if that's what she's going to talk about. I don't know if she's going to talk about anything else. But let's go ahead and get into this video, man. That's the only critique I have for loyalty tests. But besides that, I fuck with them. So let's get to it.
I wouldn't wish this pain on my worst enemy. Unfortunately, most of us know exactly what it feels like to be cheated on. And we all handle it differently. Some of us cry for weeks or hit the
Nigga
club
said
every
love from
weekend
Kanye.
just to feel something or slash tires. But there's a special type of person who takes it a step further. They don't just live through the heartbreak,
Love
they
from
self-inflict it and broadcast it all to millions. Let's take a deep dive into the twisted world of UDY catching cheaters.
Why are you talking about you would crack me? Bro, we're talking about loyalty tests. You thinking about cracking me? Gang, I know it's Pride Month, but chill, dog.
The premise of UDY's show consists of one person in a relationship who signs up for the show in order to have their partner's loyalty tested by use of a hired decoy. The other person in the relationship obviously has no idea. But in simpler terms, one person is able to consent to public humiliation, while the other person who is intended to be humiliated is never presented the chance. But the gag is, both individuals...
That's real. Because that's my thing with some of these loyalty tests. I don't know how you're just okay with getting cheated on and embarrassed. If you just recorded and then it's gonna be posted to millions of people, your friends and family are gonna see it. I don't know how you could be okay with doing that. I would personally never put my partner on a loyalty test, but hey, some people just want that 15 minutes of fame, man.
Get humiliated in the end, and that humiliation is very lucrative. Just judging by the show's expansion to platforms beyond YouTube, the show's objective is to tempt cheaters and force them into accountability. That is, if they cheat. But why do we never talk about the lack of accountability of the person who got cheated on? Just walk with me and you'll see where I'm going with.
I think I know where you're trying to go, but you might be running a little bit. You might be running a tad bit.
This. There are 4 types of people who sign up for UDY. 1, the deeply insecure. These are the people who know deep down in their gut that something is off with their relationship, and instead of moving accordingly by trusting those instincts, they need someone else to confirm what they already know.
Look at Sergio, man. Our glorious king, bro. Nah, but that's a fact. These type of bro, one thing that irritates me is when somebody obviously know their partner is cheating. Like, they've caught other people on their phone. They damn near caught them sending news to somebody else. The last test. And they still stay with them. Then they choose to do this loyalty test. Like, bro, you already know the answer. You're just trying to publicly embarrass them. But UDY, they can't show their face, man. They can't show their face. They'll get sued.
I'm too scared to look through his phone to see like what he's texting them.
Oh.
But it's just like, I've been cheated on in the past, you know what I mean?
Okay.
You gotta bring everybody here for all this. You know I'm all about you. You gonna do this to me? Come on. It's like embarrassing.
Okay, well you did give me like red flags at the beginning. You have
It's essentially a real-time display of avoidance attachment, just packaged as decisive action. And it's painfully ironic to see these cases on the show because oftentimes it's clear that these individuals feel somewhat powerless in their relationships, whether they can acknowledge it or not. So they sign up for a show where they're in full control and makes them feel like they have the upper hand. But in reality, they're just being given a platform to curate their own heartbreak. 2, the delusional. These types of people are interesting because...
How do y'all feel about that last point she made? I mean, I understand what she's saying. Like, I understand what she's saying. I'll just leave it at that.
They don't actually think that their partner's going to cheat, and they use the loyalty test to prove their partner's loyalty.
I don't think so. He hasn't shown me any red flags, but you know.
These are also the dummies, in my opinion. If your conscience has led you to the point where you feel like you need to do a loyalty test, you should just break up with them. Like you should just end it. You shouldn't even do the test. You should just fucking end it, gang. Like.
No, like I said,
you're not going to prove you
Can't
wrong.
have friends.
I can have friends, but I have a boyfriend.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do have a boyfriend.
Do you want to go downstairs and tell her that this is all a test?
I don't think I can tell her right now. If I told her right now, she'd kill me. She'd be
This is a
mad.
pass?
Oh, I'm testing her.
Yo,
Like,
which one?
she's
Yo, which episode was this? I feel like I never seen this shit.
on camera and she doesn't
Somebody-
know. Like, what does she want to do?
I've only seen one pass, and that was the guy who figured it out figured out it was a loyalty test.
You know?
They actively seek the rare viral moments of a partner passing the test and view that as some sort of trophy to validate their relationship. But think about that for a second. What does it mean when one needs a full production YouTube show to prove something that their partner's actions should already prove on their own? 3, the ego-driven. These are the folks who come on the show because attention hits like crack.
I run a strict program. Numbers too much.
Okay.
Too much conversations, too much being.
I don't know about y'all. I feel like this one was fake. This guy was low-key acting a little bit too corny. Like I felt like this one was fake. I'm gonna be honest.
Too friendly, too much.
I might be wrong though.
You ain't about it. You do my hair because I pipe you down for free. You just giving it out.
And if it wasn't fake, this nigga was just corny as shit. I'm gonna be honest, because he was trying to talk his shit. He should have just let her go.
And this relationship so over.
Being a victim sells. It makes you the main character of a fabricated story. Suddenly, millions of viewers are invested in your relationship, therefore invested in you. These are the people who fake the funk well enough to pass the recruitment process with flying colors, perform the crash out they've rehearsed for months in the shower, or crack crocodile tears and conveniently debut their newfound social media career.
Here's my thing with the that fourth one, right? It's like I be thinking about, okay, what if I ever found myself in a position where I called up Sergio and I did a loyalty test on my girl, right? Sometimes I be thinking, like, whenever I be watching these shits, I would think, like, how would I react if I was in a situation? Let's say my girl was going, she was cheating. Let's say they lied and got her out her drawers. They was damn near about to crack, and then we walked in. How would I react? Would I be mad? Would I be angry? Would I be crashing out? Would I be calling her, like, all types of names? Or would I just be like, caught your ass. Go ahead and leave. Whatever. And every single time I think about it, even though I'm a type of person that, like, I'm naturally chill, right? So I don't see myself, like, getting angry. I still see no reality where I would just crash out on my girl. Like, I just don't see it. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do, but at the same time, it's just like, all right, if you gonna cheat on me like this, why the fuck would I care? Like, sometimes I be thinking that, and then other times I'm like, nah, I'm finna air out the place. I don't know. It's just, like, conflicted. So when people have reactions like how bruh just did, I mean, do I find it corny? Yeah. Did he say a lot of corny shit? Yeah. But at the same time, if I just got my heart broken, I did this loyalty test, whatever. Would I crash out too? I don't know, man.
4, the I need to see it to believe it. Crystal clear evidence isn't enough for this type of person, and most definitely not a screaming gut feeling. Maybe they've been gaslit before, so now they need undeniable, documented, public proof.
He's already cheated?
He's cheated before.
What made you
So
decide to take him back?
I ask myself that every day, honestly.
Is that one of the reasons you feel like you're doing
This one was like bad, bro. I remember it was Violet who did the test on the guy. Yeah, this one was bad. I felt bad for her.
You just want to like see like
I want to see it.
if he's worth taking back type thing.
Yeah.
But all this is televised trauma and the delusion that a YouTube channel is an adequate form of therapy. At face value, a lot of the audience only views one person as the villain of an episode, but they aren't the only bad guy. The partner putting them up to the test stripped
Did she then
their
become a
partner's
decoy?
consent
Yeah.
to be filmed.
Y'all remember that Halloween decoy? That Halloween episode? Nah, I ain't gonna lie. That was UD's freakiest test by far, gang. I ain't gonna lie.
Placed in an
That was the first
artificially
eye tracker
constructed
joint we did, I'm
scenario
pretty sure.
led by performative temptation, then having that broadcast to millions of people who already hated them before they even got the chance to cheat. And have their bodies, oftentimes their first names, and just private details of their relationship make an involuntary digital mark. If you look at this concept as though it's black and white, the act of signing up for a show that then hires a decoy to lure your partner into cheating, going as far as renting an Airbnb in the Hollywood Hills, and coming up with a scenario designed specifically to take advantage of their personality, interests, and preferences, all this to maximize their potential to cheat, is absolutely nuts.
It is. I agree with you. I'm gonna be honest. I agree. It's very crazy. It's slightly performative and it's unnecessary. Because in my opinion, if you feel the need to do a whole loyalty test because you don't trust your partner, leave them. Because in my opinion, a relationship is built on the foundation of trust. If I can't trust you, there shouldn't be no relationship, right? Now, of course, there's other things that go with the relationships, gifts, things like, oh yeah, affirmations like, oh yeah, he can cook, she can clean, whatever, of course, sex, all of that too. But the foundation of a relationship should always be on trust. If I can't trust you, why am I with you? Nothing else that you could do for me will be better or will be worth more than trust. So at that regard, if you got to the point where you can't trust your partner to the point where you feel like a loyalty test is necessary, the shit's already fried. You just need to break up. That's why I feel like a lot of these people who come on this show aren't just doing it to see if their partner is cheating or not. They're also trying to get a little bit of that UDY clout. I'm going to keep it a beat. Especially recently, I feel like that last girl who came on there with that last loyalty test, bro, she just came on here to pop her shit and to get something on, and to like get a leg up on her man. Because they was both cheating on each other, dog. Like, they both weren't shit. Like, I'm gonna keep it a beam. So the whole point of you doing, and plus he'd been known he was cheating before. So her doing a loyalty test, it was irrelevant. You already seen proof. You already found evidence that he was cheating. This whole thing was irrelevant. You just wanted to publicly embarrass him. That's all you was trying to do. Publicly embarrass him. You was trying to get a little bit of some clout, and you wanted to get a leg up on him. So that next time that you get caught cheating, you could just bring this shit up. That's all she was trying to do. So I feel like now more and more, and especially as UDY keeps on getting bigger and bigger, more people are going to be doing loyalty tests just for performance, especially since they're out in LA. Everybody performative out there. So that's just kind of what it is.
Since when was such intricate, high production needed just to get a receipt? Whether they end up cheating or not, this is the honest analysis. They've already been wronged as soon as the decision to participate in such a show was made for them. And acknowledging this does not make you a supporter of cheating, but rather a supporter of the right to consent. It's just not okay to publicly humiliate someone off the strength of suspicion, denial, or clout. And if we're going to maintain the theme of honesty here, here's some shocking news. No matter if the person passes or fails the loyalty test, the relationship is over. Done. Fini. Fries.
That is true. That's also true. Because you got to think about it. Let's say you tested your girl. She passed that shit. Now you already consented and agreed that Sergio could use this content for film. Use this film as content, so the video got to get posted. She gonna see it, so you have no other choice but to tell her. And once you tell her, the relationship is fraught. There's no way she's gonna want to stay with you after you just pulled this whole loyalty test just to try to catch her cheating. That's crazy, right? So you doing this in the first place, you're done with the relationship. You're just trying to embarrass your partner and get some clout off of it. That's all it really is, bro. I'm gonna keep it a minute.
It was over the very second they hit submit.
Now that doesn't mean that cheating is okay. I'm not defending none of the cheaters. If you cheat, whatever. If you get publicly embarrassed for cheating, game is game. I don't really feel that bad, bro. I'm gonna be honest. However, I'm not gonna just ignore that the partner, like the whole gimmick of a publicized loyalty test, isn't kind of grimy in the first place. Especially if you already know your partner is already a cheater. You're just trying to set them up for failure.
On that application. In the event where they fail, they cheated on camera. The relationship is dead on arrival. Unless you decide to take them back, but then at that point, you have an embarrassment kink. But in the event where
a lot of people got embarrassment, a lot more people have embarrassment kinks than you think.
Surprise! They passed the test. The person who got tested is supposed to just go on as though their partner didn't just set them up to look bad in front of an audience of opinionated strangers. They're just supposed to carry on while anxiously and constantly wondering, do they trust me? Shoot, do I trust them? It is borderline dystopian.
I wouldn't trust you after you
to
do a loyalty test on me. The fuck? Shit grimy as hell. Like, dead ass. Imagine if your girl, your guy made you put you through a loyalty test. What would you do after that? There's no way you can stay with them. That's crazy. You just use me for content like that, gang?
Expect to rebuild.
Especially like if it was in a situation where like the partner showed no signs of cheating, you just put me through a loyalty test for the fuck of it? Man, hell nah, bruh.
Trust in a relationship where the other person responded to distrust with a YouTube show. The level of insecurity it takes to resort to UDY doesn't just disappear all because a partner passed a test. It just finds a new reason. But let's not choose ignorance here and act like UDY isn't complicit in everything we've discussed so far. Because for one could argue that they get a kick out of it with the way that they instigate situations.
Bro, the way Sergio be laughing and screaming when he sees someone cheats, bro, like that nigga, he a grimy ass guy, bro. He genuinely gets happy when he sees someone cheat, bro. But like, it's just for the content,
Oh, you
dog.
don't have a girlfriend or anything?
Nah,
Nah?
no girlfriend.
Okay. How do you want to get it?
Get your number real quick.
And he had to finish it off with the number, damn.
He asked for a number?
Yeah.
He asked for her number.
Yeah. He asked for her number.
We began resetting up our equipment because we were pretty sure he was going to show up. All because of this man right here.
We'll see what the boyfriend does. I don't think he's got to be loyal, guys, because I'm smooth as butter.
This one was weird. This whole test was weird. That guy was weird as not Daylon. The guy they tested was weird.
And the boyfriend easy like Sunday morning.
Like, they be getting messy just for the sport of it all. And for two, they may not have created relationship insecurity, but they sure as hell found an entertaining way to franchise it. And when insecurity gets that many views, it's inevitable for copycats to emerge. So now there's this whole loyalty test ecosystem conditioning people to view relationships as partner versus partner instead of partnership. If you ever have feelings of doubt about your partner, those feelings can be real and valid, but the answer isn't signing up for a voluntary humiliation ritual disguised as a YouTube show. If something feels off in your relationship, have the conversation, seek counseling, or simply exit stage left. But if it's come
the last
to the
one
point
for
where
Shursky's.
you need a stranger with multiple camera angles to
sign up for the decoy.
materialize
I
your
have.
suspicions.
Me and Kyle follow each other, bro. I've been waiting for him to hit me up and tell me. I've been waiting for him to hit me up so we can do the loyalty test, bro. Chat, y'all do be realizing after Flight and Agent, our loyalty test get the most views on YouTube. Like, we're a part of the big three of loyalty test reactors. Y'all do realize that, right? So, like, they should have had me on there. I'm pretty sure Flight probably in a relationship. Agent be doing too much to be in a loyalty test. I'm free, though. I'll be down, gang. And plus, I'm, like, a good age now. Before I was 18, it probably wouldn't work. But now I'm finna turn 20. I'll be fine. Like, let me be a decoy, gang.
That itself is your answer. In the end, a relationship without trust isn't really a relationship. It's a straw house occupied by two people, but bound by nothing real. And when trust is broken, what's left is merely a hollow shell of what it once was.
Type shit. Oh, she got some interesting videos. The viral TikTok family is destroying her for clout. Pop the balloon exposing disaster of black dating. I might just find a new channel to watch, man. This is an interesting perspective. I think she made really, really good points throughout all of this. I feel like the whole concept of putting your partner on a loyalty test is crazy as fuck. And yeah, that's all it really is, gang. Again, I'm glad she stuck with UDY because there's other ones that like I feel like are the most realistic, if not like just cold-blooded real. There's only a couple where I felt like maybe fake. But Yeah, them Jack. I'm just letting y'all know them Jack TVs, the whatever, them other ones. That should be fugazi, dog. Don't even buy into that shit. But what do y'all think about these loyalty tests, bro? No matter how it is, I'm still gonna be watching. Still entertaining. Still peak entertainment, even if it is grimy. But yeah, like she says, it's a ritual. True. Oh, give me a second. Intriguing. Clouder, you've been 19 forever. I'm literally finna turn 20 in a month. Damn, I'm finna be old, dog. Chad, do y'all feel like I've done enough as a 19-year-old, bro? I'm finally finna be a 20-year-old, dog. I'm not gonna be a teenager no more. Have I done enough in my teenage years, bro? Yes. No, yeah. You've looked the same since 2022. I appreciate that, I guess. Yes. Yes, bro. I appreciate that. I feel like sometimes I'll be like, damn, I didn't do enough. But honestly, I really just feel like that's just fugazi. That's just me overthinking shit, bro. Because I've lived a good life. I had a good teenage years, man. I ain't gonna lie, I had some good teenage years. Yes, gang, you. Okay. True. I'm not just thinking about money wise. I'm thinking about like life wise, bro. Maybe it's because I be comparing myself to other people, bro. Don't overthink it, man. You right. One thing I did want to do, I wanted to hit 1,000,000 before I turned 20. But I low key stopped caring about hitting 1,000,000 for like a while. Because I care more about comfortability than per se success. But it's cool though. I'll hit it when I'm 20. Bring Zay back on stream. Dog, I wish I could, but he's in DC right now. He's in the military, dog. That's so crazy. That's so crazy, man. That's so crazy, bro. That nigga really in the military, dog. Damn, y'all ever have a moment where you realize, like, damn, the whole friend group split up? Zay in the military, Billy Bob, Weldon, Kai in college, Cam. Cam low-key down the street working right now. I just don't talk to him as much. He got a girl. Hey, at least I still got Jameson, man. Shit. And I got Alex and Ava, so at least I still got them. Are you going to be getting your own place? I was supposed to, but I backed out. I'm not going to lie, bro. I don't think I want to move out until I'm at least like 21. I think next year is when I'll move out. Because, bro, and I'm gonna tell y'all this, and y'all really need to like understand this. It's nothing better than living with your parents, especially if you don't gotta pay bills and your mom cooks. I ain't gonna lie, cause them food bills, that's what's really gonna like tax on your ass. Or like y'all don't understand. If your mom cooks, or if your family, somebody in your family cooks for you, you don't understand the stress of like stressing about, okay, what am I finna eat for lunch? What am I finna eat later today? Like all of that. Like, I ain't gonna lie, freeloading is the best thing ever. All I gotta do is just, not bring girls home. I'm cool, bro. That's the only thing I would be like missing, like the freedom to, host little kickbacks, bring girls to the crib, shit like that. That's the only freedom that I'm missing. But, I don't know. But yeah, some of y'all be big backs though. Shit, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a small back. I'm not a big back though. I'm just buff. But take my shirt like this. The body a little bit muscular. I like loose hanging shirts though. I'm gonna be honest. I ain't no big back. I ain't gonna say. It's good until you realize you're a homeless, broke bum. Well, damn. All right, let's get to the second react. We got a good batch of reacts today. Do a 360, one BBL9. I'm good, man. Yeah, god damn, y'all been acting up. Pride Month got y'all acting crazy. Anyways, fast food customers piss me off. Now, look, I've never worked a fast food job, but I have worked at a resort, water park, not a resort, at a water park, in my city, which is basically the same thing. I was a lifeguard though, so it wasn't as bad. But I'm telling you, bro, working that job made me realize I did not want to work a regular job, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Nigga, I was standing in 95-degree heat, watching water, seeing the glorious, beautiful, cool water, but not being able to get in because I have to make sure the people who are enjoying the water are safe. Then, like, when it's cold as shit, raining, 68 degrees, and I don't know why the fuck people are at a water park when it's 68 degrees and raining. That's just crazy. All of a sudden, a kid don't know how to swim. Now he's drowning. Now I got to go save him. Get him out. Now I got to sit or stand watching the water while I'm wet as fuck, cold as fuck. The wind is blowing. I'm getting a fever and shit, cramping up. Hated that shit, dog. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Customers in fast food are really weird. To this day, I don't know whether I love them or hate them. Cause one time my favorite customer walks in calling me sweetie, a handsome young fella, and it got me like a smiling dog waggling my tail and shit. But then the next customer can come in like,
hey yo, what a bitch. I'm gonna try to make your day as worse as possible.
I will never understand why people just give fast food workers a hard time. Like, I hate the people who view fast food workers as like less than them or like less than human. It's weird.
And being a fast food veteran with almost 5 years behind my back, I can tell you that the fast food working industry isn't for the weak. I would put it as one of the most stressful jobs in your life, right next to like an ER nurse or like a Taco Bell janitor.
That's not a crazy take.
Even though fast food can get hectic, there are a couple things you can do that will make life a little easier. Customers and workers are on the same side. You want to get your food, we want to have a chill day at work. Nobody wants problems, but that can only happen if we set some expectations for each other. On the customer side,
I know you're flirting with girls as a lifeguard. You know it, gang. I'm gonna keep it a bang. One stereotype that's very true, girls love lifeguards, bro. I don't know if it's because we be having like the sunglasses and then we just be kind of like, we low-key just be aura farming in front, like at the top of the pool. But brother, oh my God, the amount of times girls did flirtatious shit to me while I was being a lifeguard is ridiculous, dog. Absolutely ridiculous. Yo, I remember it was one time I was watching the water. No, I was stationed at the lazy river, right? And it was just like this group of like they was like 20, 21-year-old, like just, you know, it was like you could tell they was young, they wasn't like crazy young. It was like 20, 21-year-old whole group of like fine shits, right? Just cruising down the lazy river. The first time they went through, one of them pointed at me and said something. But like, I'm a lifeguard. I got to keep it professional. I ain't really say nothing. They came around the second time. Started catcalling me. Talking about, ooh, lifeguard, Mr. Lifeguard, whatever. One of the girls started rubbing her titties like this. Showing them shits. Another girl in the back of that shit started twerking and shit. Twerking in the water. I don't even know how the fuck you could twerk in the water. Shit was crazy. That point, I was like, oh my God, what the fuck? Go around again. Third time they come around. Now they coming over to where I am. Because mind you, right? I'm on it's a lazy river. So it's very easy to touch the side of the river, or like the side of the boundary where the pool is. You know what I'm talking about, right? And as a lifeguard, you kind of like how it worked at my water park. You, as a lifeguard, you would kind of just walk up and down like you walk up and down, like, I think, how the fuck do I describe it? You walk up and down the side of like the pool, right? So I was walking up and down. I was doing my little rotations or whatever. And this one girl, when she was coming around, she literally grabbed my foot, got my attention, and forced me into a conversation. And like, I had to like, it would have been awkward if I didn't talk to her. So I talked to her, but I had to like do my job while I was doing it. And she was just sitting there. I ain't gonna lie. I could tell she was low-key drunk, so I didn't really like try to slide or nothing. Plus, I was on the clock. But shit was crazy, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Yo, girls get it, Some people go to a water park and they just think these lifeguards ain't really humans for real, bro. Was they fine? Yes, I'm gonna be honest. They was fine as fuck. I low-key was talking to them. I ain't gonna hold you, but like I had to keep it professional.
To know that you're coming to a fast food joint. Half the staff are filled with teenagers and some of us don't even speak English.
And you didn't flirt back? I was on clock. I flirted a little bit, I'm not gonna lie, but they was much older than me, so it's just kind of like, whatever. Y'all know me, I've always looked older than I am, than what I was, so they probably thought I was like 20 or something.
Okay? You don't come in expecting like a 5-star service. We aren't Michelin. Matter of fact, our reviews are probably terrible when you look us up. Mistakes happen. Sometimes we forget your sauce, sometimes we forgot your fries. And if that happens, we got you with the new order. But you don't gotta come at us like we killed your whole family. We get over 300 orders a day. You should be lucky that we even have 90% accuracy on our orders. Well, maybe like 80%. Wait, maybe like 50%. But if you're one of those 50% of people who got their order right, I'm sure that you'll be satisfied with our number 2 combo. Now, as for the fast food workers, I learned it's best to treat the customers like a 5-year-old baby. Customers do not know the menu as much as you do, and it's your job to assist them.
Hello there.
Hello.
I'm so hungry, I don't know what to eat. Can you help me pick a meal?
Aw, you don't know what to eat? Well, I got you. What type of food do you like?
Well, I really like chicken.
Perfect. Well, I recommend the number 2 combo. It comes with our fried chicken and our grilled chicken. See how the interaction went? Everything worked out fine.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm low-key that baby in this situation, bro. No matter where I am, I always be asking the workers, yo, what do you recommend, gang? What's the best thing here? I always ask that. And I'm gonna keep it a beam. They always recommend me some gas, bro. I've never asked for a recommendation and then not like the recommendation. I'm gonna keep it a beam.
You didn't make the customer feel dumb. And
If I'm annoying, I guess I'm annoying, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
The person should order is complete. A lot of people come in our store very clueless. It might be because they're hungry or something, but it's my job to help them the best that I can. And I said the best I can because some of these customers are fucking helpless, bruh. Even though our store opens at 10 a.m., our shift can start as early as 9 because we need to prepare the food, clean the stuff up, and get the cash register ready. And I could be in the middle of fixing up the store and I see some dude on the side just banging on the door trying to get in. They obviously see me working on something. The door is obviously locked for a reason, and our store hours are literally taped onto the door. So I don't know what kind of communication barrier there is, but it's like when they spot a worker, they automatically assume they can get served.
Really, Chipotle? I got here at 11:01, 11:02 at the fucking latest, and I'm banging on the door, banging on the thing, I'm banging on it, and they just purposely not looking at me.
Crazy concept, but if a restaurant says it closes at 11, they actually close at 11. That means you can't go in after 11.
Even for closing, sometimes people come in a few minutes before we close, and it's still not perfect.
I hate people who are entitled like that, dog. I ain't gonna lie, that shit crazy.
Because we're like halfway done cleaning up.
Oh shit, I'm late. Can I still make an order?
You know what? Yeah, I got you. What you want to get?
Oh, great. Can I get
25 burgers, 25 fries, 25 nuggets, 25... Now, everything has become very expensive over the years, especially when
I'm not gonna lie. Look. I used to be a nigga before I really knew like how it really worked. I used to be a type of guy where like if I would try to go to a restaurant like 15 minutes before they closed and try to order some shit, right? I don't do that no more because now I understand most of these like restaurants or most of these fast food workers, 30 minutes before the shift before the store closed, they start cleaning up so they can get out of there early. So if you try to order your shit 15 minutes before they close, they done already cleaned half of the grills. They done already done this. They already done that. You're just going to make their job harder. You're going to make their life harder. And it's just better for you to go somewhere else. Just out of convenience for them. I'm going to be honest.
To the food. I saw our menu items go.
However, if I'm starving, I might, ask if I could place an order if it's cool. If they like, and then we just kind of clean this shit, I'll just keep it pushing. If not, I'll make my order.
$10 to $12 to pushing $15 working here. And that's just the average price. Our most expensive meal pushes like $25. And I get it, we're broke, but we still want to eat. So I'm the type of person to go out of my way to offer good deals. If you call asking for a promo we got going on, I'll let you know. If there's a cheaper alternative item you can purchase, I'll let you know. I'll even save you money without even asking. For example, when you order a side and a drink, that'll add up to a total of $7. But we also have a combo item where you get the same thing for just $5. And I could individually input the fries and drink in the system and charge you more money, but I will give you the combo item by default. When someone asks for a side and a drink, I'll automatically enter the combo item to keep some extra change in your pockets. Call me the Made in China Mr. Beast. With that being said, I feel like I don't get appreciated for my service because some of these guys look at the menu prices, then look at me like I did something. Like, bro, I didn't do that shit. I didn't ask for your food to get so expensive. Last time I checked, the prices did go up, but my paycheck stayed the same. I didn't get any benefit other than than the death scares I get from customers. And I understand it, I'm on your side. It's pricey, but I didn't choose that. And I got some of the I get from customers. And I understand it, I'm on your side. It's pricey.
I mean, chicken costs $4 for a literal slop cheeseburger. $3 for a lab-grown meat. Jeez, what? I remember this shit used to be $1.
See, but I didn't choose that.
$1.50.
And I got some of the customers doing some evil stuff, like the people who try to abuse our store refunds.
Man, that burger I ate tastes like straight ass, bro. I need a refund.
Oh, I'm so sorry about that, sir. We can give you a refund. But where's the burger?
I ate it.
That's some Will Kelly shit, dog. I ain't gonna lie, man. That's some fat ass shit. Yo, you order a burger, talk about, oh yeah, this shit ass. Well, okay, we can we can replace this shit, you know, and bring it back up. Oh no, it's in my belly run, nigga. I ain't gonna lie, I ate all of that shit. I still need a refund though. Like, nigga, fuck, that's some, like, yo, like, what the fuck, like, you beg back, like, what?
So you're telling me the burger tastes like shit, and you want a refund, but you still ate the burger?
Yup, that's right.
That's some fat ass shit.
We also got those people that steal other people's orders.
It's time to feast. We're gonna eat good tonight. Let's get some chow from Chipotle.
I know exactly what he's gonna do.
Sorry, Garrett Locher. Got yours and your coat.
I don't do this shit, bro. Chat, do not do this. Because you're gonna get so many people in trouble by doing this weird ass shit, and it's low-key stealing too. I don't care how hungry you are, bro. Nah, this shit fucked up.
I'm not. Thank you.
Please don't do this. This is worse than abusing the refunds, because when the actual customer who paid for the food comes in and we don't have their order ready, they're gonna be mad as fuck. Now in my last video, I talked about how I enjoyed working at a fast food joint because it was my first job where I was making money. And I have no problem with scrubbing the toilets, taking out the trash. At the time,
See, and that's the thing that would kill me. I cannot scrub no toilets, dog. I'm sorry. Yo, especially with my new nose, I smell everything now, bro. So hell nah, bruh. I ain't gonna lie.
there was a lot of things I would do for $15 an hour, if you know what I mean. But the one thing I couldn't handle was the catering orders. Every year during the holiday season, there will be a bunch of people.
You got a new nose? I got nose surgery like half a year ago. Actually, it's about to be a year. About to be a year since I got that shit. Yo, y'all didn't, bro, I told y'all this multiple times. Y'all don't remember back in 2024? I would always sound stuffy and I'll always be blowing my nose. It's because my nose was fucked up. Then last year in September, I got nose surgery. They basically gave me a brand new nose. And now I'm cooling. My nose don't look different though. It's not like I didn't get cosmetic surgery. I got inside the nose surgery. They basically just molested my nose, dog. I'm not gonna lie.
Making calls for a huge tray of food for a party or an event going on. And big orders aren't the problem. The problem was that
you had a yam, now you have a mini yam.
It's
the same yam,
When
nigga.
it's close to Thanksgiving or Christmas, I will look at our scheduled orders and see, we got a party tray for 30 people at 11 a.m. for Bob. We got a party tray for 50 people at 11:30 for Samantha. We got another party tray for 100 people for Joey. That was supposed to be done 30 minutes ago. I already know these shifts are gonna be tough. I'm usually open about taking my coworker's shift for the extra money, but those are the few times where I hesitate. And we're supposed to have these party packs ready on top of our regular flow of current customers. And because more customers equals more money, we couldn't really say no to the catering orders, even when people call in last minute.
Hello?
Hello?
Will you guys be open on Christmas Eve?
Yeah, we will be.
Could I make a catering order?
Damn, we kind of got a lot of orders backed up already, but I guess I can still put in an order.
Okay, great. Let me get
25 burgers, 25 fries, 25 soft drink, 25.
Another thing that sucks about the catering orders is how these guys will show up super early before their scheduled time. One time someone placed an order at 3 p.m. and showed up at 2:15.
Okay, why y'all still talking about my nose, gang? God damn. Niggas talking about nose BBL is crazy. Nose is gasping for air right now. Like, yo, chill.
Everything to be bagged up and ready. We haven't even started cooking yet. That's not how this works. This is fast food, but not that fast. And this type of stuff always happens when we have a huge wave of customers.
Wow, you were breathing in 03,
so we gotta deal with the long
gang.
line on top of the catering dude that wants their food 45 minutes earlier than they ordered. So I'll be taking care of the customers in line, but at the corner of my eye, I see the catering dude standing at the side of our counter waiting for their food with that mean face. I swear, there's a specific spot in our restaurant that all our customers stand when they want their food to come out quicker. Our DoorDashers are famously waiting at that spot too. And standing in that spot is not gonna make your food cook quicker. I see you, I know you want your food, but you don't gotta be standing at the front of the counter like that. Go sit down at our open seats. And we actually try to have our food ready as close to your order time so the food doesn't get cold. I think people should be happy that happens. But still, after all that with the customers, the catering orders, and the long rushes, there's one thing that makes having customers worth it. Tips. I'm not a waiter and we don't have that iPad thing we flip around to ask you a quick question, but we had a good old-fashioned tip jar for cash. And a good amount of people will go out of their way to take cash from their wallet and put it in our cup. And I will always appreciate that. During the end of our shifts, we will empty out the tip jar and split it amongst our workers. I average $5 to $6 per shift, with the highs being $26. And that's usually the highlight of my shift, unless I see like a fight going on or something, but getting that extra cash before I clocked out was very enjoyable. And that would not have existed if it weren't for our kind customers. I still don't know whether I love or hate customers,
I'm not gonna lie, bro. If I was a restaurant owner, y'all would hate me because that little quick question fucking menu on the iPad, that would be mandatory. And the first option would be 20%, second 25%, and the third would be for our loyal what should I call them? Our loyal elite customer package, which would be 50% tip, just to support our workers because, you know, shit gets hard, shit gets tough. And before every single order or after every single order is placed, I'm going to tell the cashier to highly recommend that 50% because of some bullshit sob story. They got to pay their bills. They're a single mother, something like that. And I'm going to guilt the fucking rich white people to donate to that shit, to give us a 50% tip. I'm not going to lie. You go out of business immediately? No, I wouldn't. Because you know what I would do? Bro, if I was a business owner and I would get into food, which I would never do if I was a business owner, but let's say I got into food, right? The first thing I would do, or the shit I would sell, I would sell coffee, matcha, avocado toast, and regular sandwiches in the richest community in the city. I would go to the richest, whitest community where I know all of the rich little white girls with daddy's money be going and shopping and doing all of that shit. Matter of fact, I would set up my fucking store next to an Aloe, a Lululemon, and an American Eagle. I know my demographic. I would serve matcha, coffee, boba, dumplings, avocado toast, sandwiches, paninis, and soft serve ice cream. Also Dubai chocolate. That's what I would sell. And I would make a killing. And we would also have a little pet monkey in the store that you can go pet and you can go talk to. I will also have little pet cats that you can go and pet while you're in the store. Man, I would make a killing. And then I add that little 50%. No, this is what I would do. I would add the 50% tip option and say that goes to the fucking. I would add the 50% tip option and I would say that would go to the little pets in the whole coffee shop in the little store or whatever, right? So that would go to little Monk, the monkey, or Whiskers, the cat. That 50% fund, that tip that's going to them because they need to eat too. You feel me? That's exactly what I would do. And I would never, them animals would never see that money. They would never see that money. I'm buying them the cheapest pet food I could find. I'm taking that shit. Yo, I just gave someone a genius restaurant idea. And that shit would make millions, gang. That shit would make millions, bro. If you from Nashville, I would set that shit up. If you from Nashville and you know the area, I would set that store up in Brentwood. No, I'll set it up in Cool Springs, right between Brentwood and Franklin. I would make $1 million. I would make millions. I would make millions. Swear to God, I would make millions. Don't play. I ain't gonna lie.
They do hold a special place in my heart. From every person that comes in making my life harder to the kind grandma that keeps calling me sweetie, they made the fast food experience how it is, and it did give me some interesting memories working here. It would be boring as hell if I clocked into work with nobody to serve. That was my purpose as a worker.
You don't need a monkey? Yes, we do. We need a monkey because it's something unique. There's already cat bars and shit, but nobody has a monkey in a store. Imagine the white girlies coming to, do whatever they do during the day, get some matchas and get some fucking cake pops or whatever. And now and then they can go and play with the monkey in the store. They wouldn't leave. They'll just keep on ordering shit. I'm telling you, it's genius, bro.
Would not be the same without.
Especially cats.
Anyway,
there
like
too.
and subscribe. Here's the part 1 if you haven't watched that.
Man, I would be eating, bro. Don't play with me, dog. I will be eating with that. Animals are not optimal for hygiene. I don't care, bro. They're not gonna care about hygiene, man. Like, all they want to do is pet the cat. Let's keep it a bean, bro. You gotta understand who I'm marketing this shit to. Hey, man. I know my idea is genius. I know it will work. I don't need y'all validation. I know my shit will work. I know my idea is beautiful. Okay, last little video. Cloud, I'm going to open up a rival store that's better than yours and the white girls can play with 2 monkeys. Then I'm going to get 3 monkeys. Yo, Flow State. Save Football, appreciate you for the 200 jewels. I don't know what those are, but appreciate you for it anyways, man. Cloud, why are you trying to eat the kitty cat? Who said that? You know what would be crazy? Here's what I would do. During the day, because I'm going to actually record this. Here's an addition to my idea. During the day, it's like a little matcha bar, but during night, we turn that shit to a fucking like a bar lounge, bro. I'm gonna be serving drinks. I'm gonna be serving matcha-based cocktails and shit. We're gonna have a little DJ. We're gonna have a little mini dance floor. We're gonna have sections and shit. On some ATL shit. And we still gonna have the monkeys and the cats in there too. And if you want the monkey or the cat in your section, you gotta pay extra. I would make millions. And then all of the niggas will be coming in there trying to talk to the snow bunnies. Or I would make it like, or I would buy 2 storefronts and have one as the matcha place and then the other one as a club. Because the snow bunny's not going to want to go to the club. They're going to be like, that shit ghetto. You know how snow bunnies are, right? So I'll make one of them the snow bunny shit, the other one the club. That's what I would do. And the animals will be included. If you want the monkey to be carrying and popping the champagne bottle, that's a $2,000 fee, man. $2,000 fee, sir. You want the cats laying up in your section? $1,500. And you know the guy's gonna buy it because the girl's gonna want it. Man, I'll be making bank. Don't play with me, chat. I'm a genius. Don't play with me, dang. All right, let's get to this next thing. Last react, and then we're going to play the little game. And then we're going to do the Yapping with Cloud segment, the Ask Cloud segment, the Ask Cloud a question or two segment. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing after this. You mind? All right. Why are you worried about snow, my brother? I'm worried about I'm worried about making money. And you know who's the most likely to spend? Snow bunnies. Who have rich daddies, who have nothing else to do. I'm just thinking. I would also sell merchandise too. Man, I would make a killing. Anyways, let's get to it. The crazy conspiracy theorist who turned out to be right. Now, recently I've been getting into my conspiracy bag. Not even my conspiracy bag. Just getting a little bit more real and starting to open my brain up to the truths of reality. So I want to tap into this video and see some serious conspiracy theories that are actually not theories. Yo, Save Football, appreciate you for the 440 jewels. Damn, you going crazy.
Jones and Bill Cooper to from Alex Jones and Bill Cooper to Edward Snowden, Terry Davies and Bob Marley. Society's so-called conspiracy theorists have turned out to be right time and time again.
Yeah, to Matt
Some of
Bev.
their
I'll be seeing
stories
him on
became
TikTok. Does he
vindicated
make
when the
YouTube
full
content?
story broke.
I actually tap
He was the guy who told me about Epstein's Island more than a decade ago, and I thought it was the craziest thing I'd ever heard.
But most never saw the light of day because the search for
So
truth
you knew about
was a
Epstein
habit
Island, yet you didn't do anything, Joe Rogan? Interesting. Noticing.
of pushing people to the very edge like this.
Hello?
What the hell?
So let it be right then. So let it be done.
Well, I'm King Terry, and learned how to purify myself in a horribly impure environment. It's pretty rough living homeless and
That's Terry Davis, a diagnosed schizophrenic and brilliant computer programmer who built an entire operating system by himself in a programming language he invented. And he said God told him to build a temple, so he called the operating system Temple OS. In his last years, he was mostly homeless, drifting across the American West, uploading chaotic videos from motel rooms and parking lots. Terry had spent years claiming that CIA agents were monitoring his computer and that they were everywhere online. He said they glow in the dark, a phrase that became the go-to slang for identifying federal agents in public spaces.
The CIA glow in the dark. You can see them if you're driving. You just run them over.
Then he was hit by a train in Oregon in 2018 at the age of 48.
Hit by a train. Yeah, he knew something. He knew something. How the fuck you get hit by a train?
But his followers didn't accept that it was an accident, and now he's become synonymous with the conspiracy theorists that no one listened to. Because paranoia is a very effective tool for discrediting someone. If you're truthfully unwell, everyone eventually stops listening to you. But if you're not, it's a brilliant way to engineer that same outcome. Ernest Hemingway, one of the most celebrated writers in history, was plagued by this exact strategy. In his final years, he was telling his wife, friends, and doctors that the FBI was watching his every move. Of course, nobody believed him, and his own wife thought he'd lost his mind. He went through multiple rounds of electroshock therapy, which destroyed his memory and, by his own account, his ability to even write. So, he took matters into his own hands.
Here's the FBI's playbook. Yo. FBI agent. I know you be watching me doing crazy shit. I know you watch me shit at night. I know you watch me beat me meat, whatever the fuck. Please turn a blind eye for this. I'm not going against the FBI. I love what y'all do. I'm a good servant, all right? However, this is a theory in GTA. You know what the FBI be doing? They'll tell you. They'll follow you so well, so secretly, to the point where you know they're following you, but you can't prove it. So whenever you go and tell people about it, right? Oh yeah, the FBI's following me. But then they ask for proof and you don't have it. They then think you're crazy, which drives you crazier because you know what you're seeing, but you have no proof. You don't have no evidence. And then eventually, as you get crazy, they'll go farther and farther and do more and more to the point where it drives you insane. And then your family starts getting worried. They like, oh yeah, we might gotta take him to the mental asylum. He's acting out. And then they'll plant they'll set you up to make you seem crazier and crazier. And then eventually you get sent to one of these facilities, and then they give you pills, and then all of that, and then blah blah blah, and then you lose your memory, and then you actually go insane, and then you mysteriously commit, delete yourself, but somehow have a heart attack at the same time. Just coincidentally. That's what they be doing. I ain't gonna lie. FBI agent, that's all on GTA.
On July 2nd,
please don't pull up on me. I don't want to see black trucks outside my house.
Biographer filed a Freedom of Information Act request and found a large file signed off by J. Edgar Hoover himself.
Oh, I found this the other day about Hemingway. Hemingway always thought that the FBI was trying to get him, and apparently they actually were.
Really?
Yeah, they actually were. The FBI investigated Ernest Hemingway for decades, with surveillance beginning in the 1940s due to concerns about his activities in Cuba and his associations with individuals suspected of communist ties. While initially dismissed as paranoia, it was later revealed that Hemingway's fears were grounded in reality, and the FBI did monitor him, even tapping his phones and intercepting his mail. The surveillance continued throughout his later years, including his time in the hospital, and may have contributed to his mental anguish and suicide.
So why did they do it? Yeah. Well, first, he was spending a lot of time in communist Cuba. Second, look at his two most famous books, For Whom the Bell Tolls romanticized an American fighting alongside communists in Spain, while a farewell to arms is packed full of anti-war messaging. Massive influence combined with a message like this is not a good combo in the eyes of certain government agencies. Either way, the FBI had been watching him, but everyone around him said he was just paranoid. Few know this feeling better than the most famous conspiracy theorist alive today.
When you've got the same FBI a couple of years ago with Jeffrey Epstein.
Here's the thing. I think Alex Jones is low-key a conspiracy theory planted by the elites. Because if he actually knew shit, he actually exposed shit, he wouldn't be with us right now. He's still alive. They let him be alive because I feel like he's like their it's like memeological warfare. You gotta set in a plant to push the boundaries a little bit so people are satisfied. I think that's what Alex Jones is.
The Lolita Express with Bill Clinton on at least 16 round-trip flights to the Island, he got convicted of running.
Alex Jones was talking about Epstein long before the files became undeniable. He also called out numerous false flag military operations and repeatedly told everyone that they happened once so they will happen again.
The same ones that staged Gulf of Tonkin, the same ones that staged Operation, the mass shootings of Operation Gladio.
Right.
I can speak in this accent as well.
Yeah.
Governments have staged terror attacks throughout history or allowed terrorists to attack as a pretext to invade and enslave the populations.
And for years, Jones warned that the US government had built a mass surveillance system to spy on its own citizens. He filed 9/11 in the same category as other false.
I don't know why people didn't believe this when people first started saying it. You think America, the country built on capitalism and power and oil, wouldn't have eyes on all their citizens? Like what?
Flags, and he
Chat,
wasn't the only.
y'all think I be trolling when I'm talking about I don't want the black trucks to pull up on me, but hey, chat, I'm an influencer, dog. No matter what, I have a voice to be heard. If I start spewing that spiritual soul shit, hey, I might become a target. You know?
One who went there before it became fashionable to do so. This is Bill Cooper, a former naval intelligence officer who spent the end of his days on a hilltop in rural Arizona, broadcasting his rambling theories via a shortwave radio to anyone who tuned in. He was the author of the conspiracy manifesto Behold a Pale Horse. His ideas were the forerunners of some of the biggest conspiracy theories around today, like alien mythology, the Illuminati, and the mysteries surrounding JFK. Cooper was warning his followers that a major terrorist attack—
Yeah, we watched him. That was the last video we watched. I'm like, yo, I've heard this name before. Yeah, that was the last guy we watched about some conspiracy shit, you know? If you tapped into that video, you tapped in.
Was coming on American soil.
One spiritual
and that the government would use a man called Osama bin Laden as the scapegoat. He had watched the now infamous government. Cooper was warning his followers that a major terrorist attack was coming on American soil, and that the government would use a man called Osama bin Laden as the scapegoat.
He was 100% right. Mind you, he probably said that back in the 90s. Wonder how he knew.
He had watched the now infamous CNN interview with bin Laden in his hideout and couldn't believe what he was seeing. And you've got to pause on this particular point because it is utterly bizarre, and a lot of people have just completely forgotten about it. In 1997, CNN journalist Peter Arnett went to Afghanistan and interviewed Osama bin Laden on camera. Bin Laden then used the interview to basically declare war on America on television and broadcast this to the world.
You have declared a jihad against the United States. Can you tell us why?
The comments on the original broadcast say what everyone's thinking, like, USA, how'd you find him? Reporter, snitches get stitches. And CIA, FBI, and Interpol were searching for him like crazy at the time, and this reporter just found him that easy. The point being, either
that is
every
real.
Intelligence agency—
How was the CIA trying to find him for years, but this reporter just stumbled upon him so easily? That doesn't even make sense.
in America is incompetent, or they knew exactly where he was and weren't pulling out all the stops to catch him. The intelligence community's argument is that knowing roughly where someone is in a lawless tribal region of Afghanistan and then being able to capture or kill them are two completely different things.
Man, hey, if there was some oil right there, I bet y'all would know where it is. I bet it wouldn't be that hard. That should be capped, bro. Hey, y'all know my opinions about that whole, Let me not even speak here. I don't know if it's a safe space to talk about that shit, but I'll be peeping shit, man. I ain't gonna lie.
The US had no troops
I
on
be
the ground
noticing
in
shit,
Afghanistan
chat.
at this point.
Y'all know
But
my
the
opinions about
counterpoint still
the
stands, and
towers
Cooper
and shit.
argued that bin Laden was already a CIA creation, funded and trained during the Soviet-Afghan War in the 1980s.
I would not be surprised.
CNN were merely maneuvering him into a position to justify future military operations and give people a face and name to pin those future headlines to.
I would not be surprised. Hey, yo, back when this whole Iran and server admin shit was popping off. Remember we watched the video. It was this guy talking about how the server admin's whole goal was to take over the whole Middle East, no matter what. And one of their methods that they used, one of the things that helped them do that was, 9/11, because the terrorist groups, did what they did to the towers. It gave the U.S. the American support to go over in the Middle East and claim all that oil. It kind of worked out perfectly for the U.S. Kind of too perfectly.
28th, 2001, less than 3 months before 9/11, Cooper would say this on air.
And whatever is going to happen that they're going to blame on Osama bin Laden, don't you even believe it.
9/11 then happens, and on November 5th, 2 months after the attacks, he was shot dead by Apache County Sheriff's deputies outside his home. Deputies said they'd come to serve an arrest warrant for tax evasion charges he'd been dodging since 1998. But they did arrive at 11:40 at night, while also using plainclothes officers to bait him out of his house, and then that was the end of his story. Now, whatever you think about the event of 9/11 is...
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. He was talking too much, bro. He was talking too much. He knew too much. Server admins called to higher up.
It definitely was an inflection point for a new wave of conspiracy theories, some of which came true pretty quickly, because a couple of years later, Edward Snowden walked out of a facility in Hawaii with tens of thousands of classified documents and pulled the pin on the biggest leak in a generation.
And this became a mass surveillance program called Stellar Wind, which they said was supposed to monitor the phone calls and internet communications, emails, and things like that of everybody in the United States and around the world.
He documented backdoors in Google, Apple, Facebook, and Microsoft. Virtually every big tech company was compromised and cataloging your data while censoring information at the government's request, which turned out even worse when the Twitter files leaked a few years later. And all of that time, the Director of National Intelligence had lied through his teeth under oath to Congress.
But what does it mean for a democracy when you can lie under oath to Congress, and the congressman even knows you're lying to them, but they're afraid to correct you?
But what most people don't know is that this started years earlier with a guy named William Binney, one of the agency's best codebreakers. William had designed a surveillance system called ThinThread that could collect intelligence and still at least attempt to maintain privacy, but after 9/11, the NSA scrapped it, killed the legal safeguards, and used his own work to spy on the entire country without telling anyone.
After 9/11, they took one of the programs I had done, or the back end part of it, and started to use it to spy on everybody in this country.
When he tried to blow the whistle through proper channels, the FBI showed up at his house with guns drawn while he was getting out of the shower.
And they came in and pointed a gun at me when I was getting out of the shower at the time, so they pointed a gun right at my old head.
Hell?
And I said, hey. I wasn't too upset. I just said, yeah, suppose I could get.
Nigga, imagine you walk out the shower, dick and balls hanging and saggy and shit. And you just see an FBI agent with a gun to your head talking about, you better not speak no more. We gonna want some cool shit threatening you. Man, I'm taking my dick, jerking it off right in front of him and telling him to shoot. I don't give a fuck.
Dressed here. This is something the KGB, the Stasi, or the Gestapo
Area 51 low-key distraction. Always been, bro.
And just because...
Y'all want to know something crazy? Area 51 is just the old military base they was doing shit at. They don't do it there no more. We all blew up the spot. The real base is probably in bumfuck Wyoming or some shit. Somewhere y'all nobody even know about.
We call ourselves a democracy. Doesn't mean we will stay that way.
Snowden himself said that William was a part of a group of early NSA whistleblowers who tried to expose similar programs before he did, and each one got destroyed for doing so. One of them, a senior NSA executive called Thomas Drake, found that the NSA was spending...
I'm not gonna stroke y'all dick in front of the FBI agent to show him, you more powerful, Show him whose house he in. It's a power move, chat. It's not gay. Gotta show him he's in my house.
Billions on surveillance
In my
programs that were
territory.
both illegal and broken.
You chose to see my naked dick. Well, you gonna see this shit hard.
After he reported it internally and nothing happened, he decided to take his story to the Baltimore Sun. He was then immediately...
Not if it was a man, so you would do it in front of a girl? At that point, that's SA. That's nasty. I'd rather it be a man. You feel me?
apprehended and charged under the Espionage Act, facing 35 years in prison, though the charges were dropped before the trial.
Yeah, Bill Binney is part of, shall we say, the group of early NSA whistleblowers who came with Thomas Drake, Bill Binney, Kirk Wiebe, I believe, and Ed Loomis. And these guys all got their doors kicked in, you know, they got harassed.
But it's not just serious intelligence guys and journalists who get caught up in these kinds of controversies. Bob Marley's music tells you a lot about what he thought of power and the government. His entire worldview was built on the idea that the systems running the world were corrupt, exploitative, and fundamentally designed to keep ordinary people down. You could even say he inspired an entire generation of conspiracy theorists. Listen to Alex Jones talk about him on InfoWars.
I was listening to Bob Marley again the other day. I was on a Bob Marley jag, and I'm like, this guy was Alex Jones before I was born. It's a powerful song. He goes in to talk about the technocracy and the scientific elite wanting to kill humanity and destroy our children. Every song's poetry. We're the survivors.
And he was saying this before the internet, and he was saying this before the internet, before we really knew shit about anything. He was saying this before any of that. That's why Bob's a legend, bro.
You've probably heard of the Rastafarian word Babylon. In Rastafari, Babylon envelops the police, the government, the colonial system, basically the entire Western power system that keeps ordinary people at the bottom. Bob was preaching to millions that this system was their enemy. Then, just as his career was reaching its peak, this happened.
Entertainer and reggae star Bob Marley, Rita Marley, and the manager of the Wailers, Don Taylor, are now patients in the University Hospital after receiving gunshot wounds during a shooting incident which took place at Marley's home at 56 Hope Road tonight.
Bob then left Jamaica the next morning and didn't return for months. Jamaica's government had been moving towards socialism, which the US saw as a major threat, and he believed he'd been targeted as a result. It was a classic CIA-backed coup, as the island was now being flooded with cheap guns, drugs, propaganda, and brutal policing tactics. According to documents in the CIA archive that you can see here, the Washington-backed campaign left over 750 people dead, and Edward Seeger, the US-backed candidate, won the election. Declassified files have since confirmed that Marley had his own CIA file and was labeled a subversive.
Do you think Bob Marley was dangerous?
Bruh, the more and more I watch shit like this, more and more I realize the US is evil as fuck. Why are you running up on the good people of Jamaica for no reason, right after we just got our freedom and shit? Trying to promote democracy and fucking capitalism. When they was trying to change their whole shit. It had nothing to do with you, bro. Shit's crazy.
Yes. He was very dangerous on all sorts of levels. He was dangerous in a very basic way. The idea in 1976 that you would get poor Jamaicans to start thinking for themselves in itself was dangerous. And the idea that this guy with this, uncombed hair, speaking terribly, becoming this voice of freedom and black struggle.
Bob Marley's manager, who took most of the bullets that night of the shooting, wrote in his memoir that he believed the CIA was behind it. It's now thought they might have paid for it with drugs and guns. Bob Marley then dies of cancer at age 36, long before any of the CIA files were declassified. He never got to see the proof that the world he'd been warning people about was real. And the era he represented, where a musician could threaten the establishment by telling people to think for themselves, died with him. But controlling entire governments is somehow pretty mainstream compared to what others have exposed. This is Ted Gunderson, who once ran the FBI's Los Angeles field office. A serious guy with deep agency experience and knowledge. When he retired, he spent decades on the lecture circuit warning everyone about government mind control programs, blackmail operations, and potential ritual-style abuse.
A long time ago, I talked about how they have these islands, they fly, they compromise children. But I learned all this from Ted Gunderson 20 plus years ago. He was in line to be the FBI director. He was the head of the FBI in Los Angeles.
Jeffrey's operation might feel new, but Gunderson tells you that it's probably just the latest installment of a strategy running for over 50 years.
Yeah, I don't think Epstein was the first Epstein, if that makes sense. I don't think he was the first person to do what he was doing.
He came out and
it's been happening since the ancient times, in my opinion, bro. This has been happening.
About how they use these blackmail rings, elements of the CIA.
Kirk was also the CIA. I think he was. I think he was a CIA plant to spread right-wing conservatism more and more to help divide the country. They have left-wing. I feel like they have left-wing plants too. I feel like the CIA has plans for both political parties to further divide the whole country, because if we started waking up and realizing politics don't fucking matter, the government is screwing all of us, that would be horrible, right? So I think he was a CIA plant, and the reason why he got is because he started questioning the server admins. That's what I really think happened.
And foreign intelligence groups, and how they would basically make people have sex with children to be part of these clubs and these cults they were setting up.
Gunderson also linked these kinds of operations with possible satanic ritual abuse. But in the late 80s and 90s, this was lumped in with the...
I also think Candace Owens is a... is that her name, Candace Owens? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Candace Owens, she's a plant too.
Satanic panic, and treated it as mass hysteria.
But right now, she's questioning a lot. I hope she doesn't end up going too far to where they take care of her too.
That's a big reason why he lost his credibility.
I'm not an anti-government person. I'm an anti-corruptionist. I love my country, and I will continue, as long as I'm alive, to continue to expose this evil element that's permeated throughout our society.
Like all the others, they called him paranoid and delusional. He was labeled a crackpot, desperate for attention. But lo and
Be
behold...
careful. You say too much, you're going to get packed. I'm not really saying anything. I'm just speculating, bro. See, here's the thing. I can speculate because I don't think I'll be realizing, bro. I be trolling a lot, but I be saying real shit in between the trolls, bro. And I do it so effectively that people may not notice that I'm saying real shit. I was just talking about jerking off in front of a CIA officer. Then I just started talking about how America is dividing us with political parties, you know. I'll say bullshit, but I also say some real shit. I do a balance of both.
Down the line, many of the things Gunderson warned about were indeed proved true. One of the creepiest concerned a religious cult called the Finders, a Washington DC based cult he described as a CIA child kidnapping organization. In 1987, police in Tallahassee, Florida found 6 children in a park filthy, covered in bug bites, accompanied by 2 well-dressed men who couldn't explain who these children belonged to. The trail then led to a property owned by the cult, where a US customs officer found computer equipment and documents containing instructions for obtaining children, including purchasing them, trading them, and kidnapping them.
What the
hell? The investigation was then hastily shut down.
No, the Finders is a cult that was caught trafficking children, and the CIA squashed the Florida.
And then Gunderson got it raided in D.C. and found a whole CIA facility with the snuff films, everything.
Telex
wow.
So he told me about all this, and I thought he was crazy.
Anyone who repeated Gunderson's claims were immediately dismissed. That wasn't until 2019, when the FBI declassified 650 pages confirming that the CIA had been involved in the investigation, and that the State Department had mysteriously helped bury it, and that a former member of the group had admitted to doing security work for the FBI, NSA, and other government agencies. And the founding leader's wife had been a CIA employee for 21 years, and it was classed as an internal matter for the agency.
So the Finder's wife, the cult leader's wife of the Finders, the child trafficking agency or child trafficking, whatever, was a CIA employee. Isn't the CIA supposed to do background checks on all of their employees? How did they miss that? Unless...
It literally took over 30 years for Gunderson to be proved right in his belief that intelligence agencies were in the loop and buried the case. We don't know why, but he always alleged a link to other ritualistic practices across America, including Bohemian Grove, and some of his early ideas are now creepier than ever in light of what they found on Mr. Jeffrey's private island.
These sell for like $100,000, private collections. The kids are sold for $50,000 on an auction block.
Wow.
Paul has attended 6 auctions, as few as 6 and as many as... Paul has attended 6 auctions, as few as 6 and as many as 36 kids, boys and girls, mostly young kids, were auctioned off for up to $50,000 each. It's big
Wow.
business.
While no agency linked to the
Give me a second. I gotta close the door. My Dukes is here. Oh, and of course, me camera shuts off as soon as me move. As soon as we move. Let's go full screen. Let's look at. Let's examine my muscles though. Very toned, very sexy looking, very well melanated. And you gotta see my pecs too. Nipples poking out. Man, oh man, is that sexy individual. All right, that's enough. That's enough. Is it not refreshing? What the actually fuck is going on? Hopefully it plugs back in and starts moving. Hopefully the camera starts working again. I said too much, chat. SUV's finna pull up to my crib, bro. I said too much. My bad. Yahoo, I didn't mean it. My bad, Yahoo. I didn't mean it, man. Please give me my stream back. Give me my stream back, bro. Please. There we go. Okay. Thank you, Yahoo. I promise you, I'll be more careful. I'll say allegedly a little bit more. I'll stop saying it's a confirmed fact. Chat, remember, I don't know anything. I'm high as fuck right now. I don't know anything. Blah, 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 blah. Booty, booty, booty. I'm just a black boy who gets high all the time again.
The extent alleged by Gunderson or Alex Jones has been formally established, nobody was convicted of a crime in relation to what the police found that day. Ted also often talked about MKUltra, which was declassified in his era, but he always claimed it was wildly misunderstood in how far it went. The goal was to hijack the brain, altering or erasing memories or creating assassins you'd kill on command with no memory of being programmed. It started with CIA employees, but that quickly backfired, so they had to start testing on the public instead.
Why do you think it quickly backfired? Do you think the CIA employees just started going full Agent 47, James Bond or some shit? Started murking motherfuckers.
And to do that, they came up with something called Operation Midnight Climax.
So they went to San Francisco.
Oh, John! Okay, hold on.
Rented a safe house.
I'm interested.
And they hired prostitutes to go out on the street, pick up Johns, bring them back to the safe house, dose the Johns with LSD, and just see what happens.
While these guys...
Well, I'm never, ever, ever buying services from a prostitute in San Fran ever again. I mean, ever, period.
Were losing their minds, CIA operatives sat behind one-way mirrors watching the whole thing while sipping a whiskey and smoking a cigarette.
Where this went off the rails...
Hey, lust can get you in some crazy places.
Was testing on unwitting subjects, things such as LSD and a variety of other substances. Yeah, whoops.
This was back when people were naive about drugs, so just imagine for a second that you begin to hallucinate wildly and you have absolutely no explanation for what's happening to you. One of the main guys caught up in MKUltra was an army biochemist called Frank Olson. He was working on classified research when they slipped LSD into his drink at a work retreat without telling him. 9 days later, he throws himself through the window of a hotel room in New York without telling him. 9 days later, he throws himself through the window of a hotel room in New York. The CIA told...
Are we sure he throws him out? He threw himself out the window, or did somebody else throw himself out the? Because if I was finna, myself, right, throwing myself out the window would be the worst way to die, because it would hurt. I would rather just, but throwing myself out the window, that seems a bit extreme and dramatic.
With his family, he'd had a
My
breakdown.
bad, Yahoo. I'm just trolling.
But his son Eric believed his father had witnessed something he wasn't supposed to see, possibly the use of bioweapons on prisoners. Eric had his father's body dug up, and the autopsy found blunt force trauma to the skull. The Manhattan DA reclassified the death from to homicide. That story was then later made into the Netflix show Wormwood.
I was told that your father has had an accident.
When Congress finally started asking questions in 1973, the CIA director ordered that the MKUltra files should be destroyed.
In 1973, the CIA director ordered mass destruction of the MKUltra files. What we know comes from accidentally surviving documents, meaning this is a sanitized version.
Burning the files is one way to bury the truth, but there's another pattern of scrubbing the evidence here that speaks for itself, and you're probably starting to notice it by now. This is Gary Webb, a journalist who proved the CIA had knowingly allowed drug traffickers to funnel crack into black communities.
One of the most important people, or one of the most important whistleblowers, period. If you watch Snowfall, this is what he's going to talk about.
He's in LA throughout the 80s. 3 of the biggest newspapers in America coordinated to discredit him. His own editors abandoned him, and he lost everything. Then he was found dead in 2004 with 2 gunshot wounds to the head, ruled self-inflicted. The CIA's own Inspector General later confirmed he'd been right all along. Then there's Frank Serpico, a New York cop who spent years trying to report corruption inside the NYPD. Nobody wanted to hear it, and during a drug raid in Brooklyn, his fellow officers let him walk in alone and he took a bullet to the face. They then made a film about it with Al Pacino called Serpico, but the department never apologized. And then there's David Kelly, who was one of the UK's top weapons experts, who told a BBC journalist that the British government had hyped up its case for invading Iraq. He was then outed, dragged before Parliament, and then found dead in the woods near his home, again ruled self-inflicted. Years later, a public inquiry confirmed everything he'd said, and a panel of doctors and scientists doubted the official cause of death, and that pattern of convenient fatalities continues to the present day. In 2024, a quality manager at Boeing called Josh Barnett had been raising concerns for years about safety shortcuts on the 737 MAX production line. He was then found dead in his car in the midst of his whistleblower lawsuit against the company. And again, it was of course ruled self-inflicted. But there is one story buried in all of this that probably affects you right now, and not in a historical or political sense. If you're one of 98% of Americans, there's a cancer-causing chemical coursing through your veins and arteries right now. And
Can't lie, America's a lot more like Russia than y'all think. Oh, we know. Bro, America is the most propagandist country of all time, gang. Like, we're very similar to China and Russia. We just act like we're not. Like, what's going on in America right now is borderline communism. They're just trying to act like it's not. I don't know if you peep.
Was yet again dismissed as a delusional conspiracy theorist.
Or not even communism. It's like, it's the same shit. Trump acting like a dictator. The government is very corrupt. They're screwing over the people. At least China takes care of their residents, man. I'm gonna be honest.
He is Robert Billett, a corporate defense lawyer in Cincinnati whose entire career was spent representing chemical companies. So he was about the last person you'd expect to take on one of the most notorious in history. In 1998, a farmer approached him to say his cattle were dying, foaming at the mouth with their teeth turning black and tumors growing out of their sides. He'd filmed this all on a home video camera, and the footage is genuinely horrible, with cows stumbling around and collapsing by a creek that runs downstream from a DuPont landfill. He'd already tried local regulators, state agencies, and every lawyer in the region, but nobody would touch it because in that part of West Virginia, the company he suspected of being behind it, called DuPont, was one that you didn't want to mess with. What Robert found when he started pulling at the thread would consume the next 25 years of his life. He requested internal documents from DuPont that pointed to a chemical called PFOA, also known as C8, which was used in manufacturing Teflon, the non-stick coating on your pans, your waterproof jackets, your microwave popcorn bags, basically every...
Wait, what?
PFOA also known as C8, which was used in manufacturing Teflon, the non-stick coating on your pans, your waterproof jackets, your microwave popcorn bags, basically everyday products in every household in the country. DuPont had then been dumping this into the local water supply, and their own internal studies showed they knew exactly the damage it was capable of inflicting. They'd found elevated cancer rates in their own factory workers. They tested the blood of pregnant employees and found the chemical in their unborn children. They knew it accumulated in human tissue, and they knew it didn't break down ever. This is Robert speaking out about it himself.
We're talking about chemical contamination that goes far beyond, far beyond one farmer's property in West Virginia. We're talking about contamination now that's in drinking water all across this country and now all across the world.
Today, the term forever chemicals that you're probably familiar with is basically all because of his work.
We are now bringing a new case where we're seeking to represent everyone in the country who now has these chemicals in their blood. But what we now know is PFOA is just one of many of these man-made synthetic chemicals that are getting out in our water, in our blood.
As Robert says, it doesn't even stop there because these chemicals have been leached across the US.
Just outside of Bangor,
So everybody in no matter what you do, we have all consumed forever chemicals because we've all had microwave popcorn before. A lot of us probably use non-stick, and they saying this is even in our drinking water. What the hell?
Is Herman High School. Some 500 kids come here each day to learn, but they can't drink the water.
We're alleging that 3M and DuPont created these chemicals, had the science that showed just...
And the fact they put it in like regular river drinking water just to test out the effects of it is disgusting. That's crazy.
How dangerous they were, how toxic they were, how they were going to last forever.
Seeing correlations with thyroid disease, certain kinds of cancer, kidney disease, liver dysfunction. They're called forever chemicals because they stay in your body.
They're in the tap water, they're in the rain, they're in the food supply. They've even reached the Arctic and other countries. So this disaster is not only contained to the US. DuPont settled the initial lawsuits for $670 million, and the litigation is still ongoing.
Man,
the story was
fuck that, yo, stop, like, yo, they need to shut that shit down completely. Shut that company down completely.
Eventually made into a Hollywood film, Dark Waters, in 2019, starring Mark Ruffalo as Robert, and a documentary, The Devil We Know, which followed the families in West Virginia whose water had been poisoned. But no one listened until the damage was done, and that's the way it goes time after time after time. They get called crazy. They lose their career, their family, all their life, and then years later, a document surfaces, a court makes a ruling, or a journalist finally gets hold of the file, and the lie is suddenly the truth. Maybe this is you. Maybe you've had a feeling about something that didn't add up and kept it to yourself because you didn't want to sound like one of those people. Whether it be about major wars, intelligence agencies, or even things like COVID. You've probably at least once felt like something was truly off with the official narrative.
Yeah.
And so really, this video should show that the line between being right and being crazy has never been as clear as we pretend it is. The people who feature in this still barely scratch the surface. And the worst bit is how everyone eventually forgets and moves on, and how the bar for what shocks society keeps getting higher and higher until eventually nothing, no matter how horrifying, can top it.
Bro. That was a very interesting video. Damn. That's crazy as fuck. Yo, niggas, everybody has eaten like microwave popcorn, bro. So we all have forever chemicals in us. That's crazy. No wonder cancer is so high and prevalent now, bro. That's crazy. What's something, yo, but chat, what's something you've always had a interesting feeling about or suspicious feeling about, but you've never called it out because you was scared of, some of like, being looked at crazily? One thing for me, well, we'll say that for a different video, actually. We go into cloud. All right, bro. Assassinations. I already told y'all how I feel about that whole Charlie Kirk situation, bro. I'll stand on that. It's so obvious. And Eric Kirk is for sure a server admin implant, bro. That's so obvious, bro. I'm not even gonna hold you, bro. Okay. All right. Let's get on to the next game. The next game. Damn, I'm really thinking about that shit, bro. That's crazy. We all got that chemical inside our body. Yes, I said we. We got that chemical inside of our body. We. You and me. I feel like everything that's degen about this world stems from one moment in history, for sure. I can see that. Yes, we were all cooked. I won't say we're cooked, but you know, we were for sure kind of fried. You know, not too bad though. I feel like you can't stress about how we're fried, and you kind of just got to keep on living and keep on moving. Because if you're worried about what you can't change, you'll never be able to change, period. That's bars. What the fuck am I saying? Let's get to this next thing. All right. Up next. I know y'all been seeing that trend where or them videos where you have to pick a door, and whatever door you pick will determine your reality. We're gonna play that right now. So I found a bunch of TikTok videos, aka I just searched up pick a door, and then now we're just gonna scroll through the videos, and we're gonna see and go through together and pick which door we want to do. I heard the trick is to pick the door that the monster is recommending, so we're gonna do that. Let's go ahead and get to it.
Pick a door.
This monster seems cool. I'm gonna pick the blue door.
The door you choose will determine your fate for the next 48 hours. Door 1, the vacant plaza. An empty mall. Nostalgic music plays through the speakers and old stores can be spotted around. Food and drinks aren't difficult to find. Different meals can easily be found in the food stalls. For rest, benches are all around the mall for you to sleep on. Faint voices and whisperings can be heard. Ignore these.
See, I was right. This sounds like paradise. This sounds like paradise.
There is an entity here. When the lights flicker, find a hiding space immediately.
Oh, never mind. Wait, is this red door?
An empty mall. Nostalgia. Next 48 hours. Door 1. The vacant.
Oh, never mind. No.
Archive of memories. An empty lot immediately. If it finds you, you won't be returning after the 48 hours.
Yeah, that's backroom coded for sure.
Door 2. Archive of memories. An empty library with books, tables, and computers. There is a tall black entity there with you. Do not interact with it.
I haven't always looked like this. Me, my wife, my son. See how I look wrong? He can't even remember how I used to look anymore. This place changes your mind. Don't let them send you in here again.
Pick a door.
What the fuck? Oh man, all right. Which one was the best door? I don't know. What the fuck just happened? Was that the right decision or not? All right.
Pick a door. Keep in mind that you cannot change your mind once you make your selection. The door that you pick will determine where you will stay for the next 48 hours. You have 5 seconds to make and finalize your decision.
I don't like your voice. Your voice is creepy. Okay, let me try to find a way to where I could watch these but not read the comments. Because I don't want to get spoiled. I don't want to get spoiled, and I low-key be reading the comments, and then I be getting spoiled. Maybe, actually, how about this? I just won't read the comments. Y'all don't read the comments. I won't read the comments. We just look at the video. We make a pact. We don't read the comments, all right? Let's just
pick a door.
I'm going to pick red because there's a lot of points.
The door you choose will determine your fate for the next 48 hours. Door 1, Green Hill Zone. Endless, tall, grassy hills make up this place, with a road weaving in between.
Calm.
On top of each hill are suburban houses, These houses contain water bottles and chocolate bars to sustain you during the 48 hours. There's also a bed in each house, though you most likely won't be using it. Every night, the residents of this place return and will begin looking for you. When this happens, quickly make your way to an unlocked house and hide. Don't let them see you. And never stay in the same house twice.
What
Good
the
luck.
fuck?
Door 2.
Well, what the hell? Okay.
Cool in the sky. You're on a platform in the clouds.
God,
with no
why is the
land
blue one
surrounding you
better?
for miles. In the middle, on the platform, is a warm pool. It's always sunny here, yet there's a constant nice cool breeze. This is the tall man. He's here to provide you with food, drinks, and anything else you desire. There are no threats or other entities here. Congratulations, you're safe.
Man, why can't... This shit unfair, dog. What the fuck?
Pick a door. The door you...
Which door am I choosing? Okay. The blue one says safe here. Although, the monster is right by the red here. The red door. I'm doing blue door.
You choose will determine your job.
I'm gonna trust what's saying on the door.
Door 1, the terminal. An impossibly massive airport terminal from the 1980s, covered in dizzying carpet. You can walk for miles across the moving walkways.
This is backroom coded. I don't like it.
Look out into pure, swirling television static. Your job is to wander the terminal and collect lost luggage. Inside the abandoned suitcases, you will find perfectly fresh, hot meals and cold drinks to keep you going. You must avoid the boarding gates at all costs. The massive shapes attached to the gates outside
What the hell is that?
They are breathing, unknown creatures covered in metal plating. If you hear the intercom chime, drop whatever you are holding and hide inside a luggage chute. It means they are boarding. Your pay is $76,000. Door 2, the Crimson High Rise, a towering skyscraper.
No! 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 Fuck! What the hell? The writing said it was safe.
Air balconies. You have free roam of the building. Looking over the edge, you'll see a vast ocean.
We told
of thick,
you.
Red liquid. Your job is to collect the strange glowing moss that grows on the concrete walls. Eating the moss provides
Y'all
enough
said I'm not looking at
so
the
you won't
comments
need
though.
regular food. However,
Matter of
pay
fact, let me
attention
block
to
up the
red
comments
ocean.
so y'all can't
If you see
these.
massive, pale
not looking at
hands
this
reaching
shit.
up from the waves to grab the drifting
Matter of fact, let's do
buildings,
this.
move immediately.
I don't want y'all to look at the
interior
comments because I'm not looking at them
Do
shits.
not let them see you on the balcony. Your pay is $54,000. Pick a door.
That shit creepy as hell. I wish I would have did the other one, bruh. What the fuck? What the fuck? All right, we're gonna do this. We didn't LOL instincts? Nah, bruh.
The door you choose will determine your fate for the next 20...
Pick a door.
Go back.
The door you choose will determine your fate for the next 24
All right, which door you want me to
hours.
choose, gang? Man, oh man, which door do I choose? I'm thinking I'm gonna go with the garden gnome. The garden gnome's over here. I'm gonna go red.
Door 1, a completely normal aqua park. You've ended up at what
She's
seems
here with me
like
too,
the most
yes, sir!
ordinary water park. The air smells of chlorine and the water is cool.
Oh, I'm loving
Food
this
is
shit.
not
I'm
difficult
loving
to
it.
find. It appears on
I love my
tables near the
decision.
pools. It's extra tasty here. However, sooner or later someone will call you, or you'll want to go down the slide yourself. Well, let's go. Here's the catch. It seems like every slide here is incredibly dangerous. In your case, you ended up in outer space.
What
I
the
hope you
hell?
at least enjoyed your last meal. Type reset in the comments for repick. Door 2, comedian show. Looks like you've landed at a local intergalactic stand-up show. You blend in with the crowd and have no damn idea what the comedian is saying. Still, it's best to laugh along when everyone else is laughing. It's relatively safe here, and you'll be offered some cold drinks. Good luck. Just don't laugh so hard your stomach hurts.
You know, I'm good with the first decision. I'm actually good with the first decision. You know, there's a lot of things about the first decision that I like better than the second one, even though the second one's safer.
Pick a door. The door you
Okay, I'm picking the red door. I'm trusting the monster.
choose will no door 2 today. Door 2 is closed. You have
the
no
hell?
choice. Door 1, neighborhood.
I don't got no
night
choice. What the
watch. A
hell?
suburban neighborhood at 3 a.m. where every house is nearly identical. The streets are soaked like it just rained. Kitchens in each house have canned goods and tap water that tastes like copper. You can sleep in the beds, but lock every door first. Your job is to patrol the block and log any disturbances. You soon find the disturbance.
Oh, hell no.
Something lives on this street. It looks like a person from far away. Up close, it is too tall, and its arms bend the wrong direction.
What the fuck?
It walks the sidewalk in a slow, deliberate loop, checking each house one by one. By hour 4, it stops patrolling.
Gang, what
it knows
is that?
which house you are in. You will hear it walk in the house. It's coming closer, and you have no escape. In the corner of
Bro,
the room,
so you're telling me I had to choose this? Well, I couldn't do door 2.
there's a small brass slot in the wall you didn't notice before. If you were once tipped a gold coin by a large orange cat, place it in the slot. If you do not have this coin, you will not survive this night. After the coin is inserted, a door will open. Door 2, the other side. You step through the door and it closes behind you. You are in a small, warm room with wooden floors and no windows. The large orange cat is sitting on a rug in the center.
It's on the
it
wall.
purrs.
The
and
cat
floor
won't
hums
remember.
beneath
No,
your feet.
read that shit. Chat, let's go back. Hold up. I'm reading that shit. Who built the doors? There's a lot of markings on the wall. That's for sure totally not sus. The cat remembers they all left. Okay, who left? What does the cat remember? I'm low-key creeped out.
Floors and
Why are all of these backroom coded, gang?
The large orange cat is sitting on a rug in the center. It purrs, and the floor hums beneath your feet. The room smells like the soup from the mountain. A bowl of it is on a table
That looks
by the wall.
gas as
When your
fuck,
shift
I'm not gonna
ends,
lie.
a door appears where there wasn't one. The cat walks you to it. It does not follow you through. It watches you leave the way something watches you when it knows it will see you again. He's left you with another gold coin. Pick a door.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's that. Okay, fuck you, monster.
Pick a door. You have 5.
What the why is this shit so creepy? I'm here, bro. Use your brain. Don't trust them. Yeah, I'm for sure not trusting you. Why is there a padlock on your door? Hell nah. This door, I'm not trusting. I'm seeing blood coming out of it. This one, though. I see my little monster friend. You know? They say always trust the monster. He looks friendly. I'm gonna trust that one.
5 seconds to choose. Which door are you going to pick?
Wait. Pause. Don't y'all see the monster right here in the reflection of this door? I'm going middle door. I think whatever deity is here is trying to trick me. I just peeped the monsters right here. Or some type of octagon shit. But it looks like the monster. I'm choosing middle door.
If you pick door 1 with the padded frame and the safe sign, you made a terrible mistake. You turn on your flashlight and open the heavy wood.
I knew it.
It leads directly into level run for your life. You are trapped.
What the hell?
Terrifying wire entities at the far end spot your flashlight
Well,
beam.
yeah, you're dead.
You turn and sprint down the corridor, but it is a dead end. You look back and see the horde close in. Sorry, you picked
GG's
wrong.
anybody who picked door 1.
If you picked door 3
You're a
with the
bum.
rusted metal and heavy chains, you fell for the trick. You shine your light through the threshold and drop into level
hell no.
188. An infinite courtyard of dark windows surrounds you. You can't go back anymore. The rusted door is completely gone, replaced by a solid concrete wall. You are completely trapped.
Yeah, you just ended up
You
in
look up
Arkham
and see
Asylum.
shadowy
GG's.
figures staring down at you
You're
from
done.
every single
You're
window.
cooked.
The darkness swallows you whole. Sorry, you picked wrong. If you picked door 2 with the peeling paint, you used your brain. You
I told y'all. I knew it. I peeped it. I peeped this shit.
notice the subtle shadow reflecting in the puddle of water.
Hold on.
You step inside and the flashlight clicks off. Level 925 opens up before you. The infinite heavenly clouds welcome you in the bright, warm sunlight. Shadow
Hey,
Bro
gang.
is waiting for you. You can chill here with Bro and enjoy the view. Enjoy it.
Ah, man, I'm so glad I choose this.
Pick a
I
door.
picked this door, man. Hey, shouts out to my bro, man.
Choose a door. The door you choose will determine your fate.
You know, I want to trust bro. But, what the actual fuck are you doing to this door? You know what? Hey, I'm risking it. Which one of y'all picking, chat? I'm going to pick red. I'm going to pick red. I'm going to pick red. Which one of y'all picking? Jesus.
The next 67 hours. Door 1, the abandoned cinema. You wake up inside an old, silent movie theater. Dust hangs in the air. Torn velvet seats stretch endlessly before a massive
This is like it. Welcome to Derry.
The projector is running. It plays static at first. Then the film changes. Old footage, security recordings, home videos. Sometimes you see yourself sitting in the audience. The exit signs are dark. Every door leads back inside.
Yeah, we in
Food
the back room.
remains at the concession stand. Bottled water is sealed. One rule. If your name appears in the end credits, leave immediately. If the credits finish before you exit, you become part of the next showing. Survive 67 hours. Before we continue, comment switch to change doors or like to lock in your answer. Door 2, Dream Miami Penthouse. You wake up in a luxury
Okay,
penthouse.
hell yeah!
Floor-to-ceiling windows.
We was Sophie Rain and collab with this one, man.
The kitchen is full of
Is an angel, but she far from God. Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? Chat, y'all even know the right fans to the pick. Boy, don't play with me, nigga.
Pick a door. You'll spend.
Yo, Super Boss, free for the 2. All right, which one we picking now?
Argo donated $2 through Super Chat. Hi Cloud, how do I get a girlfriend?
You know, I got a video about that coming out soon on the main channel. Just be yourself, gang. Be yourself. And try to talk to a girl that you may not necessarily find a girl that you genuinely like as a person. Looks come and go, gang. And I'm telling you right now, any girl, if she try hard enough, she could be bad. I'm letting you know. So go after somebody you really like, and all of the other shit will work out.
5 days behind.
All right, do not trust the right door. I don't know, man. I mean, this shit just looked like peaches and cream and rainbows, dog. I might just, look, we've been on a hot streak recently with every single right door has been good. I might just say fuck it and choose the right door.
The chosen door. Door 1. Abandoned pools. You appear in a pool area from your childhood. Pools are safe for swimming, but you can't drink the water in it. You find the stairs, but this whole place is flooding, so have to constantly move up, spending no more than 10 minutes on each floor. On the second floor, you find a fountain for drinking.
This seems like the wrong choice, gang.
Which won't help you. Luckily, in some locker rooms, you can find safe bottled water, which is safe and is your key to survival. But if you'll see an empty room with gigantic blob of water, do not touch it. If you do so, it'll break into puddles, which seem to be alive and are not friendly. Right keep to stay in this place, or switch to try the next door.
Man, I'm
door
switching.
2, paradise.
I'm good.
You wake up
in
in a
paradise.
beautiful
Yes,
valley
sir!
with rainbows.
Hey, yeah!
After some time, you'll find a majestic
Peaches and cream and everything dream, man. Yes, sir.
Would you accept it?
I'm accepting the gift, gang.
If you accept, you'll become the king of this place. But if you say no, you can still be a guest in here as much as you want. Pick a door.
Hey, man. I picked the right one, dog. I love my life. The guy we low-key all love. The guy we low-key all love. Hey, man. Bro hasn't let me astray this whole time.
Pick a door.
What the fuck is that? Oh, my God. All right, I don't know which one to pick. Let's do... the right door hasn't led me astray yet. We're going to pick the right door.
The door you choose will determine your fate for the next 48 hours. Door 1, the mall aquarium. You're trapped inside a massive shopping mall filled waist deep with water. Stores are stocked with canned food and bottled drinks floating
Hey, Chad, I think I made the right decision
again. You can sleep
again.
on the escalators since they're above water. Grab a shopping cart immediately. You'll need it. Every hour, something large swims
What
past
the
underneath
hell?
you. You'll feel
Man,
the
this is
current.
shark-infested
If you stay
waters?
still and quiet, it passes by. But if you splash too much or drop something metal, it investigates. Use the shopping cart to move through the water silently. Whatever
Man,
you
this
do,
shit sound like a
don't
horror
go near the
survival
food
game.
court. The water
Fuck
is
that.
darker there. Door 2, the Forever Garage. A normal parking garage that never ends. There's a vending machine on every level with free snacks and drinks. You'll find a comfortable car unlocked on level 3 where you can sleep safely. The radio works and plays your favorite songs. No
Okay.
creatures, no danger. Just walk the levels, eat snacks, and wait out your 48 hours in peace. Pick.
I'm not mad at this, man. Especially if I have my phone. I'm cool. I'm cool with that, gang.
Pick a door and you get GTA 6 tomorrow, but you sacrifice whatever games behind that door from ever existing. Can
Door 3.
you live with it?
Random. Door 3. What y'all picking,
Door
chat?
number 1, The Witcher 3 and Cyberpunk 2077. Two
Oh, I'm glad I didn't pick that one, bro. I love Cyberpunk, man. I ain't gonna lie. That's one of my favorite games of all time.
industry-defining games that are both beloved and arguably have some of the best DLC in gaming, selling a combined 95 million units to date. Door number 2, Bloodborne and Elden Ring, two of the most
never played
highly
Elden Ring. I heard
revered
it was good, though.
FromSoft titles that to
Might need to
date
play it.
are still praised for their grim but beautiful world design and iconic boss fights, selling a near combined 40 million units.
Okay.
Door number 3, Minecraft, a corner
Fuck. I mean, I don't play Minecraft that often, but when I played it, it was good, and I need to play it again. Fuck.
Stone in the video game industry to date for the recognition and respect an indie title can become, still pulling millions of players a month, and Red Dead Redemption 2, a game that's almost solidified itself unanimously for one of the greatest games
RDR2 in Minecraft? Are you serious? What?
of all time, selling a combined 429 million units.
God.
And lastly, door number 4, and I'm sorry to say that this one's probably gonna hurt the most for gaming journalists.
I should have picked door 4. Why the fuck did I pick door 3?
Pick a door.
Okay. Pick a door.
You know, I'm probably not gonna pick the one where blood is leading out of, and you know, let's just pick the safe door.
The door you choose will be your fate for the next
I ain't gonna lie,
48 hours.
blue door is
Door
kinda
1,
obvious.
Christmas coming. You appear in a snowy forest, surrounded by the warm atmosphere
picked
of
the wrong
Christmas.
one.
Ahead
Oh my
of you
God, I picked the
stands a
wrong
cozy
one. I should've
house.
known.
You walk toward it and step inside. There are snacks on the table,
This shit is
cartoons
paradise.
playing on the TV, and the fridge is filled
got
with
the
all your
Oriental
favorite
soup?
drinks. But outside, a terrifying monster is wandering around. Barricade all the doors and windows to protect yourself.
Wait, maybe I
As
picked the right
long as
one.
you stay inside, you are safe. Door 2, family reunion.
Okay, hold on.
You suddenly find yourself
No! 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 I picked the wrong one. 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 Fuck. This shit looks like Get Out.
table surrounded by people who look like your family. Something feels wrong.
Do not
They all
eat that
stare at you
food.
with unnatural smiles, no matter what you do. Even your parents seem unsettling. To survive here, you must never go to bed, even if they try to persuade you. If you see them praying to a demon, immediately join them. If you don't, they will begin chasing you, and they will do everything they can to kill you.
I trusted the tall dude. Why did I trust the tall dude? Why did I trust the tall dude?
Pick a door.
I'm gonna trust Jesus. I'm gonna trust Jesus. Black door.
The door you
What are
choose.
y'all picking? What are y'all picking? I'm gonna trust Jesus. I'm gonna pick the black door. Which one are y'all picking? Left. I feel like Jesus and the monster got us. I don't see no clues. I'm gonna choose the black door.
Will determine your fate for the next 100 hours. Door 1. The Grieving Pillars.
Wait, I might have won.
You stay beneath a huge underground chamber packed with thick concrete columns that stretch miles. Cold water covers the floor and drips above you. The lights above flicker and the air feels heavy walking. Food comes on a tray near a pillar every day. You have to walk for miles to find it. If you don't find it, you don't eat. You have no choice but to sleep on the cold concrete floor. The pillars crack and shift without warning, sending heavy vibrations
Yeah, whoever
through the
picked that
ground,
left door, you're
and
cooked,
huge
buddy.
cement chunks flying downwards towards you. So if a pillar begins to lean, run. Try not to get hit. You have a 5% chance of survival. You have 100 hours here. Good luck. Door 2. Color Town. You stay in a quiet neon town where it is always early evening and the sky glows soft blue and pink. The streets shine from fresh rain
man,
and warm
I
lights
love-
from small shops
Thank you,
and
God.
diners never turn off. A convenience store and cafe
This
rest
seems
at the
like
center of
amazing.
town, always stocked with hot food, snacks,
Seems
and
amazing,
drinks
man.
whenever you arrive. A train passes once every
Cupertino
hour,
right
and
now,
you can
gang.
ride it anywhere, but it always brings you safely back. You may sleep in any house you like. Every bed is warm and perfectly clean. The air feels calm, and nothing here can hurt you. The town stays peaceful, the lights stay on. You have a 100% survival rate. Enjoy your 100 hours here.
Last one we're gonna go through. But that was amazing.
Pick a door.
You know, I'm gonna choose red door. I feel like they're trying to punk fake me. I'm gonna choose red door.
The door you choose will determine your fate for the next 48 hours. Door 1, the lonely forest.
Oh.
Endless green grass and tall red mushrooms make up this place. There is no food or water here, and for rest, you'll have to sleep on the grass. Far up in the sky, there is a modern suburban house visible floating, though traversal to this area seems unattainable. You are not alone here. Throughout this place, you will come across red mushrooms that look slightly different from the rest. These mushrooms have eyes, and sometimes a humanoid figure sitting at the base. Do not engage with these mushrooms if you'd like to remain human. Good luck. Door 2, the big city. An empty metropolis with no recorded life anywhere to be found. Leaving is impossible due to the entire city being seemingly encased in a massive blue room. Food and water can be found in vending machines scattered
Austin
throughout the
Ritchie is
city.
there with
There is, however, no pleasant place to rest or sleep, as none of the buildings have interiors. There are no entities here. You are completely safe. Pick a door.
Well, it's either hell or semi-hell. All right, we can't leave off with that
Pick
one.
a door before the timer runs out.
Should I trust Sabrina? I mean, there's lipstick on this one. I think. No, I'm gonna trust Sabrina.
This choice will decide your fate for the next week. Door 1. You wake up at a dinner table surrounded by a family of clowns in suits.
Thank God.
They are praying in silence,
Thank
and their
God.
painted smiles never
Always
move.
trust the baddie.
The house is
Always trust the
Victorian,
baddie.
perfectly clean, and every window is boarded up. Your only food is overcooked meat and a glass of warm milk.
Ew.
There is one rule. If the father clown asks you a question, you must agree with him. Never suggest that the world outside the house still exists. They are waiting for you to become the perfect, silent child. Even if you survive the week, you will never be allowed to leave the table. Before we reveal what's behind it, comment, reset, if you want to reset your fate and change the door, or just like
Man,
the
I don't
video to
need
lock
to.
it in.
I picked the right one to get.
Door 2. You wake up in a heart-shaped bed inside a pink luxury penthouse. The room is filled with giant bows, lace curtains, and vintage cameras. A private chef serves espresso martinis and gourmet pancakes all day.
I picked the right one, boy.
High-end speakers play soft pop while you relax in a silk robe. There is one rule. If you find a lipstick message on the
I ain't gonna
mirror,
lie. At first, when I was seeing the cameras, I thought I was gonna be a porn star. I thought that was my fate. Which I'm gonna be honest, still better than the other one.
do not wipe it off. The words are meant to keep the bad energy out of the room. If you follow the rule for the entire week, a pink helicopter takes you home. Follow the rule, and you'll leave with a diamond necklace and a smile. Pick a door
And I
before
get
the
to leave
timer.
with drip too, man. See, this is why I always trust Sabrina. Shouts out to you. I'm sorry for making them slander videos on you a couple years back, man. You was a cool person. All right. That is it. That is it. Let me know how many you got right. And let me know how many you got wrong. And did you trust the monsters or not? Let me know. Okay. W stream. It's about that time for me to go to bed. I was going to do an Ask Cloud segment, but should we say that for another day? It might be time for me to go to bed, man. I think it might be time. Short and sweet. Straight to the point. Yeah, y'all are right. All right. Appreciate y'all. It's been a great stream, man. I'm gonna be back here Wednesday. We'll do the Ask Cloud segment on Wednesday. All right, we'll do that on Wednesday when I'm fresh and recharged. Besides that, in honor of our sweet Sabrina Carpenter. Also, by the way, YouTube. I'm gonna have to skedaddle from y'all. I don't want to get copyrighted. So if you want to see the end of it, flip over to Twitch. Thank you.